Do your thing.
Hello. Welcome on into another Monday live episode of the Whiskey Crusaders. I'm Will.
I'm Sarah.
No, Matt.
Today we are going to be talking about all things Four Roses. We are joined by Kyle and Aaron. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming. We appreciate it. We know you guys are by far the experts on Four Roses than I'll ever be.
I wouldn't know about experts, but
No.
I've seen your collection of Four Roses. I differ on that opinion. One late night there, you showed it. What do you have, like 100 bottles of Four Roses?
I mean, it's something like that. I wouldn't want to,
I don't think that was everything. That was the saddest part about it.
That's a lot of Four Roses.
Yeah.
It is. It's not nearly as much as some people. So I mean,
True.
There's that.
I don't have
Not
that
necessarily a bad thing to come by. I mean,
Right. I mean, there's worse things in life to have, cases and cases of whiskey.
Oh, yeah. I have that problem. It's just not all Four Roses. We compared living rooms and media rooms. It was awesome.
Only about a quarter of my collection is Four Roses. So,
See? That's good. I think a quarter of my collection is anything. That's
We
funny.
haven't spent a whole lot of time with Four Roses. We bought a couple of single barrels, and we really enjoy all of the ones that we've picked out so far. But we picked them blindly. We didn't really know a lot about the different mash bills, about the different yeast strains at the time that we were just kind of picking these out and trying them as we drank them. So It'll be fun to learn a little bit about them tonight.
for sure.
All
There's
right.
definitely nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. All right. Well, Kyle, introduce yourself, you and your wife, and tell them about your channel and everything. For everybody that doesn't know.
I'm Kyle,
Aaron,
and we taste whiskey.
we don't know what we're drinking. Actually, I do.
She knows what the bottles are. We don't. We give them a rating, price tag we'd be willing to pay for a bottle without knowing what the label is. And then we reveal the bottle. So we taste everything blind. So
I love it.
it's a fun time.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. So you ever get anything terrible on the channel? People like randomly send you just horrible things on purpose?
I don't know so much about on purpose, but I've definitely gotten a couple bad bottles. One of them I actually spit out on film.
Nice.
So that was awesome.
Sounds like a really tasty one.
Sounds like Malort's.
Ugh.
There's been some that you had nothing good to say about either. That's always fine. You're like, oh,
Yeah, it's a bourbon.
or what is this?
What is this? Is more like it.
I think it's supposed to be whiskey.
Supposed to be.
Yeah. That's never a good sign at all, for sure. So.
Yeah.
According to the label, it is allegedly whiskey.
Have you ever thought about numbering your collection so that you can sort of do a double blind where neither one of you really know what you're pouring? You're just picking random numbers.
Sort of like Kat and Sarah, I would guess.
Yeah, kind of. She usually doesn't taste the whiskey with us.
Okay.
Someone else does. So after she pours the bottle, she's usually actually in. She'll go to another room, and
Or I sit behind the camera and laugh at the faces you guys are making. That's fine.
Always a good time.
yeah, it's usually me and one other person that tastes the whiskey. Although Aaron and I will get together and do like pop the top episodes where we both know what it is. It's just stuff that we like or new stuff that we just want to talk about. So
Nice.
That works perfect.
Very fun.
All right, so let's see who's in the chat so we can see who's in here, and I go back to the top here because I'm good at that. All right, see Dustin's in here, Steve A, ADHD Fishing, The Mash and Drum. Hey, Jason, thanks for coming in. Tony Cronin, How Do You Whiskey, Donald Rand,
Oh, Joseph.
Mark Goins. Do what? Oh, bacon.
He said, "How are you not eating bacon?" Actually, I just did the stream before, and I was eating bacon the whole time during that stream. So, had a lot of bacon.
See, she's good. Let's see. Elvis Presley, Jovis Brazos, Lacoons. Let's see. It's awful over and over. Same people. It's all good. I don't know. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I know Ice. Oh, Robot Scott. I see Ice House, Spencer Mav. And that's probably close enough. All right. Hope Jason Coates is in here too. And the new person, John Kranz. I don't know if that's one of yours, Kyle, or if that's someone new. Cool. All right. Well, hope everybody else is joining us for Four Roses tonight. And I guess let's start with the regular yellow label, because why not? So,
All right.
So I was thinking too. I actually pulled that one out.
What can you tell us about the plain old, $20 yellow label?
That is their, I guess you could say like house bourbon.
Okay.
It is all 10 recipes mixed together. And it's, I don't know, it's a decent whiskey, but I don't know if I'd say that it's excellent. It's probably the only one of theirs that I'm not crazy about.
I'm not a fan of the label.
Well, and I know, of course, it used to be, what 2002 it came back to being a bourbon in this country. Because for a long time, it was just trash blend that, all the good bourbon went to Japan for a long time.
Yeah,
So,
it was pretty much just total garbage back then. And then they went away, and then they really weren't even selling it in the States much. And then they got bought out by Kirin. And then so ever since then, it's only been going uphill. So
yeah.
one of those stories where they got bought out and they did great things with it.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, because now you got all these other crazy things we'll talk about later. So yeah, that's the budget.
Just smells super thin.
It's a good mixer. I'll give it that. I'm not a fan of Yellow Label much. But
I'm not a fan of mixed.
Yellow Label.
80.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of mixed drinks, so this will probably be the only time I taste it.
It's not for you. All right, let's see. Four Moses came in. Tax 97, Stellar Matrix, and Richie Z. All right.
Richie Z.
Richie Z is the king, I think, of the live streams in this chat.
I don't know how that dude does it. He is in like every live stream chat that's whiskey related.
The wild man.
So fucking...
Oh, it's pretty funny. No, this doesn't smell bad. It's a little bit nail polish remover, but it's your basic oak and caramel and vanilla. I mean, it's bourbon.
Yeah, it's
Basically
not
bourbon.
horrible, but I definitely wouldn't reach for it, especially after having some of the other, single barrels.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always hard to start at the top and then work your way down.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's why we started here. I was like, if we start with the other ones where they're actually, I know are amazing, that will ruin us. Ruin
We
the night.
kind of skipped ahead.
You already skipped ahead. You didn't even bother trying this one.
We didn't originally. We just kind of bought single barrels because that's what people said were the thing to buy. That was the better of the Four Roses, was to pick up a single barrel. So they were like, if you're going to buy one anyway, just spend the couple extra bucks and get that one because that's the one.
Right.
So we never tried any of the, we're going to try the small batch next. We never went through the line.
Nope.
Definitely. So what's what the history of Four Roses in general, Kyle?
As far as like the backstory and how they got their name and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a guy. I don't know what to call him.
So he was in the Confederate. I believe it was Confederate. It was probably 1700s or so. A guy who was in the military asked a lady to a ball, and she said, if I'm wearing 4 roses, you will know that.
If I'm wearing a rose.
If I'm wearing a rose. I thought it was 4, and that's why they used 4.
No, if I'm wearing a rose, she would accept his invitation. And then she showed up to the dance with 4 roses on her.
Oh, okay. I guess she really wanted to accept it then if she went from 1 to 4. I mean, crap. She must have really liked that guy.
He had a good time that night, I'm sure.
And I wish I could remember what time period, but definitely colonial.
It was like 1800s, but
still colonial.
Yeah.
Back when balls were a thing.
Yeah, because it doesn't say on the back. Yeah, it doesn't tell you what the time period. It tells that story on the back, but it doesn't say when. Just too bad. So, still interesting. And I guess what? Brent Elliott is the master distiller currently. Pretty cool. I know they do a ton of different releases, I guess, at the distillery only. Now, have you guys ever been to the distillery before?
Yes, multiple times.
How is that? I've never been to Kentucky.
Beautiful. It's got a lot of southwestern architecture.
Oh.
If you're looking, like, if you're curious on what, I don't know, South California architecture looks like from like the 1800s, that would be it. It's very Spanish. It's absolutely gorgeous. Reminds me of home. I love it. It's a beautiful distillery.
One day we'll make it there.
It's way back in the woods too. You'd drive past down like a little 1-lane road past a bunch of houses and stuff, and it's way back there.
So it's just the middle of nowhere.
Pretty much.
Nice.
Well, I mean,
It's in
it's
the middle
on the
of,
outskirts of a town, but
Oh, okay.
it's not like on the on the main
major
strip
road
or
or
anything like that.
anything.
Interesting.
We spent a night. You've spent a couple nights at the distillery. I got to spend one night just off the property.
At the property.
So-
At the property line. I found out where that line stopped. They weren't letting anybody on the property until morning, so found out where the line was and I started it there.
So I take it you're waiting for a distillery only release?
Yeah, we did the 130th.
Oh, very cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
That one is very good. I do.
It
It
like
was
is.
very good.
That was worth. So how many hours were you in line for that?
Well, we got there at 11, and I think we there was a band of 8 of the merry 8 of us, maybe 9, and Jason was with us, and
was about to say that.
we they were having picketing, so they weren't letting everybody on the property. So I said, okay, so where does the property line end? And that's where I said, okay, I'm starting the line right here, and I sat down. So we were there from midnight on.
Well, that works.
Yep.
Can't go too wrong with that. Hanging out. I'm sure that was a fun time. Did you guys have whiskey that night too?
Oh yeah.
We had a few bottles. Not quite. We had brought a lot more with us, but because we had to basically
Hike it
walk,
in.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
we threw a couple bottles in the bag with some glasses and stuff. But yeah, we had usually a lot of the distillery releases and stuff that we'll go to. It's basically just like a big party all night,
That's
and
cool.
everyone shows up with whiskey and everyone shares it, and you stay up and you have a good time and swap stories and whatnot. And
That's awesome.
because they
They
weren't
had
letting
a-
anyone on the property, it was
They were
kind
having
of
a little bit of a labor dispute at that point and didn't want anyone to get hurt, and so they made sure that they kept everybody off the property.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's a good reason then.
Yep.
Yep, that would be bad. It could end poorly. Whiskey and people fighting. I mean, fires and things. Seems like a terrible plan. So, we've only had a few of those lately. I don't think we need to start another one on purpose, for sure. So, all right, see here. Ben the Demon Hunter came in. That's awesome. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Scott, for my bourbon journey. And let's see, DJ11's in here as well. All right. So, all right, you guys want to move on to I guess what? So World War II, that's when it turned over to the blend in this country, basically?
pretty much, yeah.
That, okay. So any idea when it started at the distillery approximately?
Originally, when the distillery first was built and everything,
Right.
that is a good question. I don't know.
Okay. All right. We'll look it up later. All
Yeah.
right.
Someone in the chat will
Someone
Google it.
Google that and let us know.
She's Googling it
They
right
always
now,
do.
but
Ah,
I'm sure
perfect.
someone in the chat will be on it.
I have no doubt. So,
They
all right.
always
Well,
are.
while we're doing that, let's move on to the Four Roses small batch.
Small batch.
So what does this one
Good.
exactly mean?
That's what I'm drinking right now. It is amazing.
Besides the fact that small batch doesn't mean squat, but what's the difference between this one and your regular yellow label?
So the small batch has 4 of their 10 recipes in it.
Okay.
It is the OBSK, OESK, OBSO, and OESO.
Okay. So explain to people what all that means.
I was gonna say now would probably be a good time to explain that.
Because I might go, what? You said a bunch of letters.
So it's all 4 letters. It's a 4-letter code.
Elixir. How does it?
Tarok at Elixir Spirits, which has awesome picks, by the way, said 1888 per Wikipedia.
Yep. And I also have 1888.
Robot Scott said 1860 started the trend, and 1888 is what Google said. So anyway, they're all a 4-letter code, and they all start with O. O is where it was distilled at, and all of Four Roses is distilled at Four Roses.
Okay.
So they don't outsource anything. The second letter is either a B or an E, and that is their mash bill. So the B mash bill is their low rye mash bill, which is actually pretty high rye compared to most bourbon recipes.
What's
It's,
that percentage?
It's 75% corn, 20% rye, and 5% malted barley.
Oh, that's low. Okay. It is pretty, yeah, wow. Okay.
And then the B mash bill is their high rye recipe, which is 65% corn, 35% rye, and 5% malted barley.
Wow. Okay, then. Big difference.
Yeah.
That's a lot of rye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, even their low rye mash bill is kind of a high rye for.
Yeah, compared to most bourbons, you're not kidding. That's.
I think Buffalo Trace is what, like 15 or 16% for their high rye.
Yeah,
17%, something like that.
yeah, something like that. And the low is 9 or 10. Yeah.
The third letter is always an S, and that is referring to the straight whiskey. Four Roses doesn't add anything to it, so it all classifies as straight whiskey. And then the fourth letter is the yeast strain. There's 5 different yeast strains: F, O, K, V, and Q.
Okay. What is it? Is it just a type of yeast, basically?
It is, and the different yeast gives it different flavors.
Okay.
So the 5 different yeast, 2 different mash bills, 10 recipes,
Okay.
10 combinations.
Now, do you find certain ones you gravitate to more than others? Making the mash bill, or just you like to try them all for the variations?
I mean, I still like to try them all. I really gravitate towards the K and Q.
I was gonna say Q.
Okay. and what makes those different? What's in those two?
K is usually pretty spicy.
Okay.
It's just got a nice spice to it, kind of earthiness. And Q is just really,
It's different.
yeah. I mean, so V is also one that's just always solid. That's when you go and get the standard off the shelf Four Roses Single Barrel.
That's an.
They're all OBSV recipes.
Okay, so this one, this is just the regular. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's always that one. Okay, cool.
Bottled at 100 proof. That's always the V yeast strain, and the V is always. I mean, I shouldn't say always, but the vast majority of the time, it's just very well-rounded, very balanced, kind of middle of the road. It's always very predictable.
Okay.
All right, here, perfect. Steve A put that the V is delicate fruit, the O is rich fruit, F is herbal, K is spice, and Q is floral. Perfect. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. And also, Robert Licorice from Iron Ridge Distillery is in here too. So thanks for coming in, Robert. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, I think for me personally, of the ones off the shelf, I actually like this one better than the regular off the shelf single barrel. Personally, this small batch.
Oh, really?
It's good.
So the small batch for me is one that I really like. It's one of those that I could just get like a pour and go to the couch with it or something.
Right.
It also makes a really mean mint julep.
Really? Interesting. Yeah. Not tried it with mint julep. I will have to try that.
I just get like the fresh mint trees, get a couple leaves of mint with some sugar, grind it up, pour some small batch in it, and call it a day.
Awesome.
Nice.
Sounds tasty.
Yeah, I like this one a lot better than that yellow label.
Yeah.
It's way better. It's light years.
For sure.
And the proof on it's higher too. It's 104 proof, and that's probably why I say that. I don't do low proof.
Perfect. Then you and Sarah will have something in common there. I don't know the answer to the captain's question, but I'll put it up there and let Robert answer it. I don't know the name of that term, but yes, good stuff. All right. Yeah, so I guess this one's 90 proof, and this one's like $30 here. Is that about the same thing for you guys? About $30 there?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Now, the next one, which is, I guess, what? This came out this year, the new Small Batch Select.
Yes. The beginning of the year.
Yeah. So, this is actually signed by Brian Elliott, this one. Got one that came down to Texas a few months ago. So, what's the difference between this one? What can you tell us about this one?
That is 6 of their recipes. I think they said they're usually aged 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
If I remember right. And I love the black chocolate label that they did with it.
Oh, yeah. It is a pretty label. No doubt about that. I do like that.
Non-chill filtered, 104 proof, 52%. So.
Now you're getting in my wheelhouse.
We're just going to crawl up that ladder for you, Sarah.
Getting that proof up there for you?
I've already been up there a little bit tonight, though, so.
Yeah, I was wrong. I don't know what I thought that was. I didn't read it right.
You
I'm already drinking it. I thought it was a regular small batch, and I was already drinking the Select. So, oops. The Select's 104 proof.
The Select's way more floral than the small batch.
See, I read that all wrong.
Interesting.
Do you have a small batch?
Yeah.
No.
You do.
Oh, I'm sure we do.
You
There's
must.
not much
You
we
have
don't
everything
do.
else.
didn't grab one
We
from
didn't
the
grab
cabinet.
it, and I just saw small batch in lately because I'm so exhausted. I'm not reading all of the label, and I'm only reading half the label. So when I said
Okay.
small batch, I was like, "This is amazing." I'm like, "Nope, wait, it's small batch select."
I was like, you must have it. I was like, you have everything else.
We do somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, this one I get, like you said, more floral, chocolatey, vanilla,
Mhm.
just a little more of everything.
Yeah, a little bit more of everything. Now, is it as good as you'd hope it to be, or not as great, or just kind of whatever?
I think they did an awesome job with it. I really
I
do.
like it. I get that chocolate on the taste.
No, I think it's pretty good. This is the first time I had it once before, back in, I don't know, June. I think was the last time I had it. So we popped it yesterday to pour for Will and Sarah. So this is a fresh pour. So yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. It's not bad at all. Unfortunately, it still hasn't hit DFW. Our friends got it down in Austin and brought it back with them for us, thankfully. So it still hasn't showed up here though. But thank God for friends that travel.
I was going to say, it's always good to have friends like that. You bring back presents.
We have lots of things to travel here.
Rich and dark. I really enjoy this one.
Yeah, I really think besides the single barrel selects, the store picks, that this would be my favorite one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I was Kishiwan, so I'm sure that must be Sam because I'm sure Bobby's still at work. Hey Sam, thanks for coming in.
No, Bobby's not at work.
Oh, he's at home now? Oh, that's right. He said he was rubbing his nipples. It's a different story. But
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That's right.
It's Sam.
He was there the whole time this time.
Oh, okay. I kind of realized he was there.
I don't know if he was rubbing his nipples the whole time or just there.
It is Sam.
You know.
Yeah, let's hope it was just temporarily for Bobby's sake. He'll be chafed horribly otherwise.
So, what is it about store picks of the what was it, the small batch, that you really enjoy?
Say that again?
You were saying that you really enjoy store picks of the
Yes.
small batch. Is that what you gravitate towards the most?
Definitely store picks by far, just because they're single barrel proof.
That's nice, Sam.
So that's what I go for. But of the standard shelf offerings, I like the small batch select the best.
Oh, hey, the whiskey friend Alan's in here. Thanks for coming in, bud. Really appreciate it. I know it's like in the middle of the freaking night over there, like, I don't know, 4 a.m. or something. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. All right. So, yeah, I must have woke up to, like Eric likes to do. He likes to wake up, go to the bathroom, and hang out and chat.
I know, right?
I think you said something about a cat knocking something over and waking up everybody.
Oh, lovely. It's all
Eric.
No.
Oh.
Alan. That's funny. Oh, look, and then Sam's. I like it when Sam comments. They're always entertaining.
Yes, they are.
Oh, gosh, that's funny. All right, so let's move on to the regular single barrel that's on theoretically on every shelf in most liquor stores. That's usually what, I think $40-$45 here.
Whew.
Let's talk about this one.
Which one is this one, Matt?
This is the regular one. That's just it's not a special one. Just a
50%?
regular single barrel.
So just 50% probably?
Yes, that one.
Okay. ME282N?
Yeah, that one. That's the one we're doing. Now, do you find, Kyle, there's a lot of variations in these, or they're all pretty similar on these ones, or this regular single barrel that's the standard, I guess you could say?
I would say yes and yes.
Okay.
I was gonna say, how do you answer that one?
I mean, they're being single barrels, they're all, slight variations. But I don't think there's a huge variation in it.
Mhm.
Okay.
I would say that of all the single barrels I've had, just regular off the shelf ones, the majority of the time, the vast majority of the time, they're really good barrels.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever really
We
gotten
haven't gotten a bad barrel.
bad barrels. Some are better than others, but I've never really gotten a bad one.
Okay.
I don't say they're not out there, but certain things like Henry McKenna, I've gotten lots of bad barrels with. So
Totally agree with you on that.
Shots fired.
Well, I think as we've all known, clearly they were paid off at San Francisco. There's
Right.
shoddiness going on. Because I'm sorry, there's no such thing as Henry McKenna better than William Llewellyn or George T. Stagg. It's not possible.
No, definitely not.
Sorry, it's a great $30 whiskey. I mean, that's as good as it's going to get. It's not any better than that.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I mean, if they had more, I don't want to say standardization, but just more even keel, I'd probably be a lot happier with it. But honestly, I've seen a lot of Henry McKenna on the shelf lately, and I just pass it up just because I'm not willing to take the risk of.
I don't blame you.
I mean, I've had so many bad ones of it that I'm just not even.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that a year ago, 2 years ago, just on the shelf, nobody, it would get dusty. Nobody gave
all the time on the shelf.
And now it's just like I was freaking allocated. It's ridiculous.
Yep. Well, and I feel like
2 or 3 years ago they were a lot better on average.
Well, and I think what happened is they got famous, or not famous, but they got a big pop, and they're just kind of putting things out that really maybe shouldn't have been put out.
Yeah, exactly.
They there, so we need it out there.
Yeah,
we want to buy it,
right? And now you can't find it hardly anywhere on the shelves, at least by around us.
It's not on the shelf anymore.
No.
Well, Dustin says he got lucky. His last bottle was awesome. Well, good for you, Dustin. That's always nice. Oh, I guess ADH Fishing is also helping out. Very nice.
Yes.
Nice. I always enjoy ADH Fish's. His comments are always also equally hysterical.
They are.
I just put him and Eric Waite and whatever the shit Bobby and Sam say, generally about as
seriously
and as messed up as it can get, and I'm always entertained. So it works out great.
We should just get them in a room together and just video that. And some whiskey, of course.
Well, of course, just get them all shit-faced. That'll be entertaining.
That would be so funny.
Oh, gosh, that's a good idea.
Especially if I had editing powers.
Ooh, no, we don't.
No, we want to all. Hey, Pete, thanks for coming in, bud.
Pete's drinking Bookers.
Yes, probably.
Actually, I think he's on Stag Junior tonight.
Aww.
Not bad at all. Stag Junior, always a good choice. I've never been disappointed.
Not that it's a bad choice, but he's my Booker's buddy.
I like Stag Junior a lot. To me, Stag Junior seems to be a little more consistent than Booker's as far as what's going on, but that's personal preference for me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Andy's right about the McKenna raising $4 more per barrel. That's not as bad as I've seen here. It's gone up by $10 a bottle. Now it was $28. Now it's $38. So
it's about $40 here.
$40 now. Jeez.
Yeah, that's a pass at this point.
Yeah, it's not worth $40 to be real honest. I mean, I'd much rather have the standard Four Roses over the freaking McKenna 10 for $40.
Oh, any day.
Yeah, really, it truly is. Oh, shit, there's a lot of stuff I'd rather have for $40 on that one. Oh, and Eric Waite's pantless. That's nice.
He could end up pantless.
Pantless. What are you talking about? He doesn't put pants on.
You guys have pants on?
You'll never know.
Oh.
Oh,
I thought this was like a pants off dance off.
Yeah, I mean, when from here up, what's it matter?
It's true. You never know with the after dark, whatever goes on. Who knows? You'll just never know in the sense.
This late at night, I go to bed like right after this, so I kind of have to be like as ready as I can be. So I am just kidding.
Or are you?
Yeah.
Maybe. Again, you'll never know.
The things we learn and don't learn, that's all for the best.
That's life, Matt. That's just how life goes.
Oh, I'm aware. All right, so you want to move on to some of the specialty bottlings now at this point?
Sure.
Let's do that. Let's go to the good stuff now.
I think you said you had an OESK?
I do. I actually have two different ones. I have. See this? Yeah. So this one, the first one here, this is the ball. This is a Dixon Deadman and Jamie Ferris OESK pick.
Nice.
That's from Lincoln County Road.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get the numbers over here
In Mississippi. Yeah, this is like. Have you ever been to this store, Kyle?
Numerous times. I've spent a lot of money in there.
Oh, okay. So you happen to have this pick by chance?
I do. I haven't opened it yet. It's in a box in one of my Four Roses boxes
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
Which Four Roses box? Do you even know?
I think it's labeled OESK.
Yes.
Matt, do you want to give me some numbers so that I know what I'm looking for here?
Should say HE1-1D, 58.4%.
There
That's
you go.
the one.
Thank you.
Yes. So what makes OESK special?
It's
By the
delicious.
way, Kyle, before you say that, open this up for us tonight. He did not have this open. I don't know that he was actually planning on opening this, but he did open this up for us tonight.
Nice. I've heard amazing things of that pick, of that barrel.
Yeah, so I haven't tried it till right now. So I'm excited to see how this is and then compare this to another one. It's also an OHCK that is a 10-year, 117 proof that Brian Allred sent me. So I want to compare that to it.
Oh, that'll be an interesting mix in the morning.
I don't know if Brian's in the chat or not. He maybe past his bedtime. He's out in Florida, so it's 11 o'clock there, so he could definitely be in bed.
Jason said that pick is legendary.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess we're in for a good one then.
So every year, Jamie Ferris of Lincoln Road Package Store and Dixon Deadman get together and they actually share birthdays. So they always go to Four Roses and pick a barrel on their birthday.
Henceforth, I guess why it's called the Birthday Boys pick.
Yep.
Good reason then.
Me.
Very cool. Both these smell really good. Yeah. I'm not disappointed at all. Because actually a bunch of us got this pick, but nobody opened it yet. So I'm the first one to open it of all of us that has it.
Nice.
Now I can tell them to open your damn bottles because you're not having any of this one.
This one's getting hidden.
I had this one for myself. That's where a lot of these, my Four Rose picks, I hide them for myself at the bottom of like 3 or 4 boxes deep, so I can't go drink them. It's a good choice.
Accidentally open up that one.
So while you were talking about numbers, do we want to go over what all these numbers down here mean?
Yes, please, because I have zero clue what that stuff means.
All right. So obviously the first one is the alcohol percentage. This one's 58.1. I think you said it 58.4 for yours. Obviously they're all different.
Right.
The next one is the warehouse. And like this one is HW. So it's warehouse H on the west side.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Which one is yours?
This is a HE. So
Okay, so warehouse H east side then.
So how many warehouses do they have approximately?
A lot.
A whole lot.
That's
actually a good question. I don't know. I think the highest number warehouse I've seen, I think I've seen a U warehouse before.
Okay, that's a lot. Okay, I was expecting way less.
20-ish.
Okay, that is a lot of warehouses. That really is a crap load.
Wow. After that, the next one is how many racks in from the edge that barrel is, or the rack is. So like mine's 11, so it's 11 racks in.
Okay. This is a 1.
Okay, so it was right next to the edge of the warehouse then.
Okay.
Which probably saw more heat variation.
That would make sense.
The next one is what tier of that rack it was on. So mine's a 2. I think you said yours is a 1.
10.
Yeah, 1D. Yeah, 1 and then -1D.
Okay, so that'd be the very bottom rack. Mine's 2, so it'd be the second rack up.
Okay.
And then the last one is the letter, and that is how many. So at your very first barrel you would see is A, and then B, C, D, E, F, all the way out.
Very cool.
So I think they usually go to like 23 or 24 barrels deep.
Mm. So how tall do the warehouse usually go?
1 story, so they're only 6 tiers high.
Okay. It was about 4 or 5 barrels high.
6 high.
6 high. Okay.
Yep. And that's they say they like to do that to keep everything more consistent. You know, you don't have a 5, 6, 8-story warehouse that's, you know, crazy heat variation between top and bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Having to switch barrels up and down all the time if you want to keep consistency.
Right.
Yeah.
So like a Wild Turkey and Jim Beam, like they have huge warehouses so they can get a lot of variation in barrels. Four Roses wants to keep it more consistent and get the variation from their recipes as opposed to the warehouse and the weather. Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to. It's the weather and I would say elevation, but it's only.
This is absolutely incredible.
This is really, really good.
Yeah, Jason was right.
Let's see, who's here? This is How Do I Whiskey says he has a TN 36-2S. I don't know what that means, but sure. I guess that means I guess one at the end of the line, apparently, if it's a T. Jeez.
DH Silv said, does Four Roses do any other or any older bottlings?
I don't 10 and 11s.
They do some. For a while, you could get 10 and 11-year-old picks.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then in the gift shop, they'll release like a 15 or a 16-year pick.
Wow. Yeah.
Are those massively woody, or are they still pretty in line with the character?
It depends. A lot of times they are more complex, more rounded, more bold, more mellow. You know what I mean?
This one, the one that we just poured, like this explodes.
10 years, 4 months.
Yeah.
It is absolutely incredible.
That's the birthday pick, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
This is insanely good.
I take it it's an OESK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was driving through there. Well, like I said, Jamie and I, we've talked numerous times and everything. And it was right when they released another one of their bottles, and I drove through there the day before, and they didn't have it. And so they released it the next morning, and I was like, dude, you know, can you save me one? He was like, honestly, man, they're all gone, but stop by the store and I'll get something for you. And so I did, and it was that birthday pick.
Nice.
So,
yeah, you won't be disappointed. This
super thankful for that.
Yeah. When you get around to it, it's magnificent.
Mm-hmm.
How many bottles of this do we have open? Is
Of
this our
what?
last one?
Of what?
Of the OESK.
We have like 10 or 12 OESKs.
Well, I know, but how many are open?
This one.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask. Maybe that should be our next bottle that we open.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So I compared it to this other one. It's really good. It's but this birthday one,
What's the other one?
it's one that I was sent. It's a 10-year OESK 117 proof that my friend sent me from Florida, and it's a sample vial of it. It's really good, but compared to this, it's just not quite good. I'm not disappointed by it by any means. It's great, but this other one just unfortunately blows it away.
It's amazing.
And Jamie gets really good barrels too.
He does.
I mean,
he picks out.
he's been doing barrel picks since before barrel picks were a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So he probably has access to barrels that other people could only dream of actually.
Yeah, I haven't been on a pick with him, but I know certain stores and certain people get where, you know, like if the 5 of us went and did a pick, they may roll out, 6 or 7 barrels.
Yeah.
Certain people, they'll roll out like 15 or 20 of them.
that's
Right.
awesome.
So, I mean, it all depends.
And I bet there are certain people that they would probably allow to walk through a certain place if they really wanted to.
No doubt.
I don't know. I mean, that would really depend on the distillery. I know for Wild Turkey does that.
Yeah.
Like if they roll out 8 or 10 barrels and you don't like any of them, they'll let you go to the warehouse. They're like, all right, what are you looking for? And they know kind of where to get that flavor profile. And they'll just take you out to the warehouse and start drilling barrels.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. These all suck. I need some more.
Yeah. I would have to just do that.
More barrels.
That's right. Real question is how many can you get through? So funny story about a Russell Reserve pick my buddy went on. I think they said they went through 18 barrels.
Jeez.
And one of the guys with his girlfriend, they all spit it out. Well, she decided she drink all 18 barrels.
Oh my God.
So, yeah. So that ended up, she's being carried as a rag doll through the parking lot to the car. So they named the barrel picker Woman Down. And then her. And that is the best Russell Reserve I've ever had in my life. And they even have a video to prove it all happened, and it's true, and it's hilarious.
Why would you do that to yourself?
She thought she would be cool, and she could do it, and see she could outdrink the guys. It didn't work out so well for her.
Oh, shit, Aaron syndrome.
I will say, though, like different companies, different distilleries definitely do their barrel picks differently.
Mm-hmm.
So when we did a Weller and Buffalo Trace pick, and obviously Buffalo Trace, and there were 3 Buffalo Trace barrels and 3 Weller barrels.
Okay, cool.
And that was it. And their kind of theory is, if you don't like any of these 3, tough shit, someone else will buy them.
Well, that's true.
They're not wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
They're right. You have a point.
You know, if a store gets a Weller barrel,
them and putting them on the shelf. I mean,
right? Yeah, I mean,
Speaking of which, we should be getting a barrel head from that pick at some point.
Yes, for sure.
So, I mean, we left there, and after all 6 barrels, it wasn't. I had a very slight buzz.
I don't think any of y'all were drunk. Not
Right.
buzzing at all. They were just like, okay, next.
It was the pick was very corporatized feeling, very commercialized, right? When we went and did Heaven Hill, we only had 3 barrels to pick from because we're only doing 1 pick, and they rolled out 3 barrels, and I left there feeling really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was free flowing. You go get a thief, and you can fill up your glass from any barrel as many times as you wanted. And
That's awesome.
Yeah, just totally different. Definitely more.
Buffalo Trace was monitoring exactly how much you were putting in your thief.
But they wouldn't even let you go get the thief. Like, they would have a glass that they filled up.
Yeah.
And at Buffalo Trace, you had to bring your own glasses.
What? That's insane.
Yeah.
why are they being so stingy?
I don't know. Like, when we went to Heaven,
Disneyland of bourbon.
Yeah,
Have
for
you
real,
been to the
exactly.
gift
What's
shop?
wrong with them?
I'm getting over it.
it seriously is.
That's
Now,
crazy.
Pompeii's cool. Pompeii is beautiful down there. But besides that, I was like, I felt like I walked into the Disneyland of bourbon.
That's funny.
But at Heaven Hill, so there was, say, like 8 of us, 8 people at the pick. They laid out 8 tasting mats. Each one had 3 glasses, 1 for each barrel. And that way you could get all 3 of them and taste them, side by side.
That's cool.
It was just very different feeling.
Yeah, because we actually just had our first barrel pick. We didn't get to go there, but he brought Sagamore, who we did our barrel pick with. They brought samples to us, and there's 5 of those we chose from, and we just got it a week and a half ago, and it's amazing from Sagamore.
I think it actually tastes better than when we tasted it.
Yeah, I agree. It's awesome. So Jason, the master jar, was asking. I guess we can talk with this. He just put it in the chat anyway. There's going to be a YouTuber pick of Iron Root that we'll be doing in Austin with Robert Licorice. He was in the chat if he's still in here or not. So we're getting that taken care of. We're meeting with the store that's going to take the barrel and everything on Thursday. So,
And it's going to be the same as.
It's going to be amazing. Do what?
It's going to be the same as Sagamore?
No. This is an Iron Root pick.
No, same store.
Yeah, same store. Mirage. Fine Spirits.
Nice.
Yeah, and you missed the comment from Jason as well that said when he did his Weller foolproof pick, there was 4 barrels and they all had to share a glass.
What?
Yeah.
Apparently, they didn't get the memo to bring your own
glasses,
glassware.
right?
And they don't tell that
Because
to
they
you.
can't afford to pay 50 cents for a Glencairn there because they only have like $1 million.
Right.
Like,
What? What is wrong with them? That's crazy. Okay. I guess remind me never to do a barrel pick there, apparently.
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't
And
sound
if you
fun
make
at
sure you
all.
bring your glasses.
And if you go there at all, yeah, bring a glass.
But well, you need a glass for each person for each barrel.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. You're right. You
Yeah,
would.
I mean, like
So
you're going to
just
need to bring 6 glasses if they're going to
Get a
wheel out
box of
6 barrels.
Glencairns and just bring them.
Yeah,
Literally. I mean, it's crazy.
Nuts.
insane. Yeah, because I want to compare. I want to actually go back and forth between these.
Oh man. A
Especially
plastic.
if I'm committing to this barrel. I'm committing to the whole dang thing. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Like I'm giving you $10,000. You could afford to, break out some Glencairns and wash them or something.
Yeah, I mean, make it a good experience for us because we're coming to you for your product. Yeah, we're going to put our little label on it, but it still has your big label on it. And we're going to push it and promote it and try and get people to buy it. And so money's going to be, coming
I guess
around.
they don't give a crap. It is Buffalo Trace, apparently.
Don't be stingy.
Like DH Silv said, he said they reached the rich snob level of branding.
Apparently.
yeah.
Yeah, sounds about it.
Oh, Pete. But we're tasting Four Roses. I can't do that tonight.
You can have whatever you
You
want.
can have whatever you want to have.
Yeah.
I got to function tomorrow. Like, I really need to function tomorrow.
Well, that's fair, but I'm just saying, if you want to drink something else, then drink
No,
something
Four
else.
Roses it's nice. Four Roses. As
I'm
much
just
as I
saying-
love my backyard barbecue.
I need to function tomorrow too. I get up at 5 a.m. So come on, just do it.
I like that. The master. It said the argument was the alcohol kills the germs, so you get to share. That's awesome. What a great place. That's so
Like Aaron said, it's literally like the Disneyland of bourbon. Like
It's the corporate Disneyland side of it. It's not even like the happy-go-lucky, like, no, it's the artificial pump smells down Main Street type of.
really. That is so
Disneyland.
disappointing to hear. I guess I would not be going to there.
Oh my god, that's
right down this road from there is a really small distillery, OCD, Old Glens Creek.
They were cool.
And they do some really cool stuff. There's literally just like 2 dudes in a building making whiskey.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
my kind of place.
Yeah, it was.
those
it
are the
was
places I
probably
want to go on
the
barrel
best tour
tasting.
I've ever been on.
Sounds like Banner.
Like we walked in and they're like, all right, obviously if you guys have found us, you know what whiskey is. We're not going to go through the normal like distillery spiel. Like
Right.
we're just going to walk around and bullshit and talk about making whiskey.
And
Yeah.
they had
And we're like,
drums, like,
Cool.
plastic drums cut open with mesh over the top. And that's
That was their
plastic
I love it. That's great.
drums.
they had just upgraded their still and
Yeah.
their original one was literally like a 5-gallon keg that was converted into a still.
That's awesome.
Like,
This
Their
is sounding
building
exactly
was
like
made of their building had the Lowe's siding on it. It said Lowe's. Like, it was awesome.
it was legit like 2 dudes making whiskey. Like
This sounds like the guys out in
How's
Banner, at Banner, Texas.
Yep.
Yep.
We were just saying the same thing.
Awesome wheat whiskey that we went out to their distillery back in April, and those guys are awesome. Same thing, 2 dudes, a room that's maybe 800 square feet at most, and and literally the same thing. Their first still was a keg. It's
I need to
awesome.
get one of their shirts still.
so here's a Lincoln Road pick, OBSV.
Awesome.
Don't do that.
That would have been bad. You almost poured it into the other whiskey.
We're not making yellow label. Please God.
Yeah, what a way to ruin. Take all 10 of your picks, make yellow label out of it.
So I did that at the
yellow label.
Yeah.
I bet that would be a better tasting yellow label than yellow label is.
by far.
Oh yeah.
So
You know,
I did
did
a,
it room? Yeah.
We did that at the Louisiana Bourbon Festival.
no, it was the Four Roses charity event
Was
up
it
in
a charity?
Clarksville.
I swore that was
And there was 4 different tastings that you
that
could
was.
do. One of them was an OESO tasting, which is kind of like the recipe that a lot of people gravitate towards.
Yeah.
They had like a rare bottle tasting, a limited edition tasting, and all 10 recipes.
Ooh.
Wow.
The one I opted for was all 10 recipes. And so they put out tasting mats for like 8 people around the table. That's awesome.
I think that's great.
Jason, I licked the barrels. I don't know what you're waiting for.
Right.
That's how you know how much funk is on the outside of it. So the guy between me and the person next to me didn't show up. So they had his tasting mat there that was just sitting there, and it was like 30 minutes before. Well, at the beginning of the night, I looked at the dude. I was like, if he doesn't show up, those are ours.
Right.
And he's like, oh, yeah, for sure. And the dude ended up not showing up. So we ended up taking all 10 recipes and mixing them together. And they were easily greater than the sum of their parts.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just liked all the comments that Brett Elliott had it behind us. He came up and was watching them do this and had all sorts of comments, and it was amazing.
I told him, I was like, man, that we mixed all 10 of these together, and it was super delicious. And he looked at me, he's like, yeah, blending's not that hard.
A couple other choice comments too. It was really great.
He is a super, super nice guy.
Yeah, I bet that's very cool to make your own. I like that plan. That's cool.
Not only fruit, you ball it.
What else do I have? So you said you pour. What did you pour? You said
OBSV.
I do have I haven't opened it before, but I do have one. This is actually it's a Brent Elliott pick from the distillery. That is a 10-year, 6-month. It is 59.9%.
10-year, 3-month, 59.8.
Wow. Okay, so really, really close. Yeah. So is yours from the distillery? Is yours a distillery one, or just
Lincoln Road?
From Jamie, Lincoln Road.
There's gonna be a lot of them from Lincoln Road.
You also gave us a Four Roses LE barrel strength.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that one a little bit.
Ooh, yeah, I grabbed that.
one a little bit. That's the super duper special one.
Oh, is that going to be even better than this last one we tried? Because this last one was kind of epic. I didn't even want to finish that last swallow.
It definitely could be.
Was that the birthday pick?
Yeah.
That was damn delicious.
But yeah, so we got those. So 20% rye. Yeah. So the reason I got these, because you got those different ones. So it's like the 35% rye and then 20% rye. Which is interesting. And one of these is from September of 17, and one's from October of 17. So these are a couple of years old.
Yes.
Sitting around.
So have you ever come across ones that have a gold neck around the top instead of the leather?
Uh-huh.
Did any of those have that?
No, they're all leather.
Oh, those are like 2016 and older.
Okay.
So that's when they changed over the neck tag to the leather.
Interesting. Good to know if I find an old one then.
Yeah.
For sure. Very cool. All righty then. So is that your favorite one, that one, or just depends on the day type thing?
Really just depends on the day. I did a tasting of all the open ones that I have just recently. And OBSQ came out on top.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was actually from California. My wife had to smuggle it in for me. So
Actually, I had a friend break the law. I actually called a couple people and was like, hey, you want to break the law for me? And they're like, and I'm like, all you have to do is take this box and put a label on it. And they're like, oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, exactly. That's part of the deal with this community. That's all. It's good.
Actually, I don't think they're a member of this community, unfortunately.
No, they're not really bourbon people.
No.
That's even funnier than
just family. Well,
even better.
People I consider family, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Those are real family.
Right.
They're not by blood. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. They don't need to have blood to be family.
No.
Those are the people you can count on.
Okay.
Yeah, the one to send you whiskey in the mail. Those are good people. I consider those all family or friends. Either way, all good.
You didn't have to pay for it. All you had to do, I emailed them the label. I sent the box to their house, and I'm like, just forward it on. Okay. So.
That's
nice.
Awesome. Well, I guess it must be easy.
Please don't open it and drink it. Just please, just don't open it and drink it.
Yeah, really. You know what it looks like? The shape of the bottle. Do you have a pre-made mold to ship these to you? Since you
I
have
wish.
shape.
I wish. Well, I mean, there was a lot of them. Like I was going to Jamie's store back when he had like a dozen different recipes on the shelf.
Oh wow!
And I spent way too much money, as one does. and
Yeah, that's happened.
multiple times. And last time I went down there, just a couple months ago, month or two ago, there was not a single bottle of Four Roses, store pick on the shelf. I was like, man, what happened? He was like, man, word got out. I was like, damn it.
Yeah. I think that's probably one of the most well-known package stores in the country now. Has to be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, everybody's like, oh, I'm going to Lincoln Road. Like, we have buddies that go there, they'll bring back 80-something bottles with them.
Jeez.
People.
Oh, yeah.
We have guys do major whiskey runs out there.
It's awful.
Jason says he
Great for
should
them, but
oil
it's horrible
and
for
pasta
us.
a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing to ship oil and pasta.
I mean, it makes sense. The Italian
Kyle
I-
gets a lot of nuts.
I run another
That's funny.
another business for all my shipping labels called Premier Vinegar and Nuts.
nice.
Awesome. I love it. That's great.
You
That's
just let
cool.
that out to the entire universe.
It's fine. Another buddy, what did he say he does? He says barbecue sauce.
Mm.
And he's like, man, the people at the FedEx store keep asking me to bring them some barbecue sauce.
You gotta let me try this stuff.
Right?
Throw some baby rage or something.
Just rebottle it.
Yep.
Put it in glass.
That's awesome. I love it. That's great.
Yep.
Yeah, I think ours are, usually children's toys or eBay or whatever BS they come up with that day. Christmas,
Oh, yeah.
whatever. It's always something.
I have another buddy that has a permanent, just a white sheet of paper that has like a Adam's hot sauce or something like that, and like a shitty logo. And he just slaps that on the side of the box.
You had one at the office today. It was a chili pepper. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Oh God, it's bad. It is not even. I mean, it is beyond.
Can we call that wine?
It was so bad that I was like, "Oh, that's such a bottle that was just sent."
I mean, theoretically, there's a lot of states you can ship wine from state to state.
You can almost every state.
I think I misheard what you said.
Oh, I thought you said, can you call that wine?
That is, I thought she said you had something flavored wine at work
I
today.
said that the label was really, really bad.
Oh,
It was beyond ghetto. You couldn't pass that off for anything.
Casey's masterpiece is a random bottle. There you go. I like that plan.
Slap a label on it, and here you go. Give it to the FedEx people and pass it off as yours. Takes
They'll
care
never
of it.
question you again.
Yeah, or jelly and jams are good. They like to ship those. And a lot of times, because when we came back from Michigan, we went to a distillery up there, and they handed me a box of whiskey. We were done with the tour, and they're like, "Here, this is for your channel." And they're like, "I'm like, sweet. I got to ship this shit home now." So I bought it. We also bought jelly and bought some other distilleries, and that shit all went home. I was like, "Yep, it's all jelly."
jellies and jams, baby. Jellies
Right.
and jams.
'Cause I'm sure they ask that question to everybody that comes into FedEx there. Is there any alcohol here? Absolutely not.
We came back on the cruise ship. We came back with a lot of tequila and rum.
We got behind the best person we could have and paid the premium. They don't care at 8 o'clock in the morning because they know they got about 20,000 other people behind you.
Yeah, for
This
sure.
lady, they're like, "Do you have anything to declare?" And this lady's like, "I got 6 t-shirts and I got 4 different, necklaces, and I have," and they're like, come on. And she's like, they're like, "Obviously you don't have anything, you can go." And they're like, "Just go." They didn't even ask us. It was like, we had our backpacks on and we're like,
But in all fairness, I'd had a bottle of tequila in my backpack and
14 other bottles in the suitcase, but
yeah. So if they were going to ask me if I had anything to declare, I wasn't going to lie. And I was going to say I had a bottle of tequila in my backpack.
See?
It's not untrue.
but
The rest of the stuff is in that other bag. I don't declare to that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Or, like
You unloaded that. That's not on me.
yeah, like Eric Waite had his awesome video when he got back from Scotland, unloading all of his, I think, 18 bottles out of his underwear and shirts. And he's like, they don't care. You just bring back what the hell you want. And he's just going to pay for the extra weight in the airplane, but who cares? I'm like,
right. And I mean, for the most part, like border security and customs, like they have a lot bigger things to worry about than you bringing a couple bottles of whiskey back.
Yeah, they really don't care.
Yeah, like that's not on their top of their list.
Yeah,
but pay the extra money. You just don't have to deal with it. We also got through going onto the ship. I had a bottle of wine. And I
had a bottle of wine,
bourbon. We went, like, you have to go through all the lines and everything else. And they stopped us and they're like, "Oh, you have bottles." We went up to the table where they're supposed to inspect our bottles and nobody was there. So we looked at each other and were like, and we kept on walking and nobody stopped us. Nobody said anything. It was like, oh, we got on the ship early. We got off the ship early and we got to bring our alcohol everywhere we went. And it was great.
That's beautiful. That's a good plan.
It was a total good plan.
I like the snow globe plan. That's a good plan too.
Snow globe.
Yeah, shipping snow globes. Good plan. I like that one. That's a good one. Yes, you can ship us any snow globes you like. They're full of whiskey.
Yes, I have a collection of snow globes. I like snow globes. I collect them.
You put one in the box so that way you're not lying. There is a snow globe in there.
There you go.
Like one of the little keychain ones.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
There's a snow globe.
Plastic but sturdy.
Yeah, exactly. Get that. That'll be good to go with it. So we end up getting freaking bottles now with freaking snow globes coming here. That'll be super.
You have your own collection.
I'll give them all to Sarah. Will not be thrilled. Those will be freaking snow globes everywhere. Or it's gonna be like whiskey snow globes, just interspersed between them. That'd be great.
And then you need to start writing the labels, like what came with it. So then you could have like here's the Four Roses snow globe, and then.
Love it.
Funny.
All right, Matt, I'm cracking it.
Okay.
Do it.
All right. So, now do you have a 2017 barrel strength small batch limited edition by chance?
2017 release, barrel strength, small batch.
That's it. All right. So what makes these is just like this is the best one for the year? What makes these ones special?
Well, mine's signed by Brent Elliott, so that makes it taste better.
That'll do it. That's cool.
That'll make that one special.
So what is the special release every year?
So every year they do a blend of usually about 4, but sometimes 4 to 6 recipes, and it's just a limited edition bottling. I always think they're pretty fucking phenomenal, though. Excuse the language.
Ooh, on the nose, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Spicy.
It smells like more of the higher rye mash bill.
Yeah.
It's got that real high pepper ding or black pepper ding.
So I want to say they did. I know they did OES or both the Qs, OESQ and OBSQ in here, and I don't remember what the other ones were offhand.
Where do you remember that from?
Because I remember random useless things.
Kyle, you don't remember what you had for dinner last night.
Yeah,
but he does remember useless things.
I do.
It's usually how it goes, right? And then you're lying in bed and you're like, "Oh yeah," and you remember.
Pancakes. That's what I had for breakfast.
A whiny child here.
What is that?
Hold on a second.
Guess would be a 7-year-old.
No.
We're looking it up right now.
What are they called?
Mash bill.
Someone will have
It's
that.
called the mash bill.
No, that's not.
Somebody's asking if this is the 130th. No, I don't think it's the 130th.
No, the 2018 was the 130th.
Okay.
And
I wonder
that
if
one has the little 130 tag at the bottom of it and at the top, for that matter.
But it is very good.
So it is a 15-year-old OESK, a 13-year-old OESK, a 12-year-old OESV. So apparently there was only 3 in this one.
Wow.
And
So
the
15, 13, and 12.
Yeah, I was gonna say the youngest is 12 years old.
So OESK, OESK, and OESV.
Matt, I can hear you in my mind yelling at your kids. Hear you.
Oh, he's still doing
it. Poor Matt.
Go to sleep, children. It's past your bedtime.
You have school in the morning.
That's right.
Speaking of which, are ours in their beds?
Yeah.
You didn't put them in our bed?
Nope.
I'm surprised.
Yay! Party. Our
surprised they would come out.
So
Sorry.
what do you think of this one compared to the Dixon Deadman pick?
Sorry about that. That was my child going batshit. So
Oh, you are good.
I haven't had to do the mom look yet. I love that when we're on a live and I start doing the mom look and everyone in the chat is wondering why I look like I am.
Start looking like you have Tourette's. You're like,
For real.
yeah, it's
I've played that game before.
it's like push the mic button, push the mute, push me. Because they're just going just absolutely batshit, just going crazy.
Yeah, ain't nobody want to hear that.
Nobody wants to hear her. Just you guys have been here. You know how it is. It's horrible.
Wait until we have the outtakes video, behind the scenes, all of the. You guys need to shut up. Stop talking.
Yeah, it was only so kind.
Jason, September 21st. Joseph, is it time for the Al Young? It's getting there. It's getting there.
I like the nose on this one so much.
I do too. This one's a lot brighter. It's a lot fruitier to me
Spicier.
than.
Yeah, I would go with Sarah on that one. It's definitely spicy.
I get some spice on it. I think the other one was richer and deeper and darker, though. It just had more of a.
I would agree completely.
I don't know.
Yeah, this one's spicier. The small batch special LE. I actually think I like this pick better. It's so rich.
Oh, that pick was.
That pick is phenomenal.
So you think the pick was better than the 2017?
I do.
Will, what do you think?
I think so too. This is beautiful, but that pick was just dark and deep and mysterious, and it was ever changing. Every sip I took was a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad someone else says that. Like, use dark to describe whiskey.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, some people
can
look
be.
at
Some
you really weird.
bright
And you're like, no, like it's dark and rich.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of them can be, and some of them aren't. This one, we're talking about same distillery, same thing, but
Right.
this is absolutely not dark. This isn't.
It's complete opposite.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
No, at Four Roses.
Oh, yeah.
it's definitely not bright and shiny, but it's
We're
not
all
dark
of
either.
our glasses.
Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah, the LE definitely seems a lot more. I don't want to say subdued, but subtle. I guess.
Yeah.
You could say.
Yeah. There is that spice in there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny is my brother says to me, "Oh, Four Roses doesn't make anything good." I'm like,
Shut your face.
I was like, "What Four Roses have you ever had?" Oh, I had that yellow label one. I'm like, yeah, that's why you don't like it. So
Right.
I sent him home with some of this. I said, here. He goes, I didn't tell him what it was. He goes, what the hell was that? I'm like, that was a limited edition Four Roses. That was amazing. I told you.
Versus.
You just look at him and you go, welcome to the club.
Yeah, I was like, okay, now next time you come back, I'll have to give him some of this this birthday boy and see how this
Yeah, I can definitely. I've got them side by side here, and the
Limited edition.
pick, the 58.4.
It's good.
It's definitely deeper and richer
Definitely.
than the other. I actually enjoy the nose a lot better.
Yep, totally agree. I'm definitely at the high this for myself.
And the other is definitely spicier, but yeah, it is a lot brighter.
Yeah.
the proof, it seems like it's a higher proof on the nose when
It does. Yes. The pick's 58.4 and the LE is 54.
Yeah, the pick seems like it's rounder. It's darker and richer and deeper, but it's rounder at a higher proof.
Yeah, this pick is phenomenal. This was an excellent pick. So I think you're going to be really happy when you open this one up.
I will be, I'm sure. Like I said, I've heard amazing things about it.
They are correct. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to have to go back and do this on a clean palate because, I've been drinking since 8 p.m. Central Standard. So, but on a very well-used palate, pick is better. For sure.
Yeah. No, I think the pick's simply better. And another cool one now, I'm not going to open it, but this is a Japan only. This is this black label Four Roses. And then the back of it is actually all in Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah, so, I can't read anything in Japanese, so sure. It looks like a bunch of characters. But,
it says, Four Roses, this shit is delicious.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it says. I'm sure it does.
I think you should print out a label and just put it over that. Four Roses. This shit is delicious.
If you did that, it would probably sell like crazy. Even if
I'd buy it.
And there's a new shirt for them.
See, there you go. It's fun. I have a bottle of wine, and it was a complete screw up at the winery. The guy blended a bunch of stuff accidentally, and it turned out to be awesome. And so they made this label and says, "This wine ain't bad." It's a bunch of masking tape with a Sharpie written on it. And it's freaking awesome. The wine's fantastic.
That's cool.
I was like, yeah, this guy totally screwed it up completely, but it turned out to be awesome whiskey. Awesome wine, so it's pretty funny. I really like this pick a lot. This is dangerous. Like how good that is. Now it makes me wonder if these are worth opening today or not, or just saving them. I don't know.
Now you're questioning whether I should, or getting me to question whether I should go and.
You should go find it. You should totally go find it.
There are so many boxes though.
We've got about 12 minutes. I don't know.
We would be here for the next hour looking for the damn thing.
Yeah, we got 12 minutes before.
It's all an OESK box. You got to know what the OESK box is.
I think that's the one that it's in. You want some of this?
Handing it to you.
Okay.
This is the one I got you?
Yeah.
This is amazing. Why
told
have I
you.
not had any of this? Or have I? And I just don't remember.
Because I put it in the back of the cabinet, so I didn't grab it.
See, this is smart planning.
He hides it from himself so that he doesn't drink it.
Hiding it from me.
He hides it from you so you don't drink it.
And you went, oh, that's good.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and then magically
Only
disappeared.
104 proof. I mean, it's great, but it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 122
Whoa, it's
proof.
120 proof.
122.
Yep.
61%.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That might be why it's
Yes,
so
please.
good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a pour of that.
Right?
Can't beat that.
What's the proof on this?
I was trying to look,
Hmm.
but it's kind of rubbed off. I think it's 54
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I
54.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Four Roses
on the
doesn't usually
130th.
doesn't go that high in proof. Usually,
No.
I have some that's like 126, I think. Was the highest one I have.
Nice.
63%.
Is that about the highest of Four Roses goes about that?
Pretty much. I don't think I've seen much over the 63%.
Okay.
I think I saw one in one of the Four Roses groups that was like 128 proof.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like it was,
Yes,
it was
please.
way up there.
Really good question.
Gimme.
I think this is a great question from Donald that he does not have a lot of experience with cask strength, but how does it compare to cask strength Scotch or Irish? It's really pretty vastly different, I would say. I mean, the alcohol burn per se is similar, but other than that, I think it's just, if you want to go with the point, it's all the robust flavors you get in a cask strength Scotch and Irish. In that sense, it's everything magnified to the 10th degree, and just usually they're really beautiful. From my experience with most cask strength whiskeys in general, they just tend to be better because it generally
But you You have to take into account that the oak also gets magnified to the 10th degree as well.
That's true.
So it's, somebody coming from Scotch or Irish, that oak is, it's a big prominent factor of bourbon. So even at when you're doing cask strength,
Did you find it?
it's a big thing.
So you guys both drink a lot of Scotch and stuff, right? A little bit of everything.
Sure
We
do.
always do.
So I was looking at a bottle, and maybe you know a little bit more about it. It's from Cameron Bridge.
Yes.
It's a 24-year-old cask strength single barrel.
That will be amazing. It'll be really fruity. Their single grain is going to be really, really fruity.
You say single grain?
Yeah, Cambridge is a grain. Single grain, that is a beautiful, beautiful whiskey. That's actually probably my favorite single grain distilleries that I've ever had, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, if you could get a ball of that, I would buy it. It's awesome.
It's $110.
Totally worth that. It's cheap.
Oh my gosh.
That's super cheap. I would
Buy that.
immediately buy it.
They both said, "Buy it now! Buy it now!"
If you don't like it, just take it.
Right. Like we'll take it off your hands and, split the cost between us and just drink it. So
Yeah, for real. Because,
So is that not peaty at all?
No peat whatsoever in that one. Like, it is all dark fruits and berries. It is.
single grain is going to be more in a bourbon-esque realm than most Scotch.
Real quick if you want. I can be back in 30 seconds with a bottle of it.
Go get it.
All right, right back.
So single grain in the Scotch category is a grain or a mix of grain that's not 100% malted barley.
Right.
So most of the time it's corn or wheat or a mix of the two. So it's very sweet. And then they're aging it in used oak. So they're also typically run through column stills. So it has a lot of bourbon-esque qualities to it. So
Okay. I may be interested in that then. Yeah, it's a single cask from 1995, 24-year-old cask strength.
that sounds delicious to me. I would love to try that.
I'll see if I can send Matt a link to where they have it. It's shipping from Europe, but maybe we could split some shipping or something.
Texas.
Yeah, a lot of places won't do it.
Supposedly this place will.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'd be interested to try.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Send the link. We can.
They have a 16-year-old from Highland Park, 11-year-old from Fettercane, 26-year-old from Oshintoshin.
Yes.
Oshintoshin.
I probably just murdered that name, but
All good. We know what you're saying.
that one's a lot more expensive. It's twice the price. But anyway, so I'll send Matt the link, and maybe we can split some shipping or something.
Sounds like a plan to me. All right. So this is a 25-year, 1992, 53.1% single grain Cameron Bridge.
Is that a special release Four Roses or?
No, he just pulled out what you were looking at.
Yeah. So
it had that same purple and metal label. It was a 43-year from somewhere.
Holy shit. Yeah.
It was from 2 years ago. The dude bought it for $130.
What?
Yeah. It was fucking delicious.
Oh my God.
It was one of the very few scotches I've ever had where I was like, wow, that's really good.
Once you're getting up into those type of ages, you can't do that with bourbon. But once you're getting up there in those type of ages with scotches, there is a richness and a deep, dark complexity that goes along with it. We were talking about dark flavors earlier with the bourbon. Those come alive once you hit about 25 and up years in scotch. Those rich, dark, deep flavors just start showing up in droves.
The legs on this thing are incredible.
Jason just said past 30, magic happens.
Yeah,
absolutely.
they're expensive and it's ridiculously overpriced most of the time, but God, it really is magic.
So try to buy independent bottlers. That's what I try to do for older scotches.
Yeah.
Oh God, they're so good.
It's a lot easier.
Who's the bottler on that one?
This is the exclusive malts. Is who's the bottler for this one?
Okay, there you go. Mark was asking because, like I said, it was that same like label setup and everything.
Yeah, I've got a couple other from exclusive malts as well. I've got I want to say it's a 19-year Kergeliki, something like that. So I forget what the other one is, but I got a couple of other ones. Oh, it smells so.
Got a couple of all of them.
You had to find them all. $60,000. I don't think we make any $60,000 whiskeys. That'll be passing on.
Inver Gordon, I think, is for the distillery that it was.
Okay.
Don't you dare.
Yeah, and it was a 43-year.
That is crazy. That's awesome, though, that you get to try that. That is fantastic.
Of course, now it's like $350.
I'll still buy it for that. It's 43-year-old Scotch for $350. Yes, please.
That's true, considering what the 50-year Macallan's like $30,000 or something.
It's absurd. Yeah, like it's no thank. I'm even good. I'm good. Yeah, like Andy says, he got to see the 72 in person at the Macallan Distillery.
Ooh,
But $60,000. Yeah, I'm good.
God,
No whiskey is worth $60,000.
that's a small house in some parts of the country.
Our house that we rent out, did not cost that much.
We paid $43,000 for it 10 or 15 years ago.
Wow.
Exactly.
So, or I mean, $60,000. That's a nice car.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or like a really nice used car.
Yeah, that's true too. You're right.
Like a really nice used car.
Yeah.
Taking a used Maserati or something.
Like an M5 or.
Yeah, for real.
We're gonna have to sign off here in just a little bit, Matt. But before we go, we got this bottle of same thing you guys were tasting last night. How was it? Do I need to open it? Should I keep it? It's a batch one.
It's really good. It's a white corn.
What I heard was open it up.
Yeah, that's what you heard. Open that up.
Open that ish.
Whiskey's for drinking, Will.
Ish.
Batch number one.
Open that.
First time bottling a bourbon whiskey of their own making. Sorry, I'm not really going to show it off. This is still Austin.
Yeah.
Austin Distillery. We were over batch shooting at Matt's yesterday, and as we were leaving, a representative from their distillery was showing up at Matt's house, and he so kindly handed me and Sarah a wonderful little bottle. So I will open it.
Yes. These are the kind of things that happen around here sometimes.
Sometimes.
It worked out well.
Other times you end up with over 100 sample bottles in your house.
I'm also okay with this plan.
Isn't that fun?
It is fun.
It's kind of insane.
I love free whiskey. Free whiskey is my favorite kind.
Matt, it's like mostly from you, so.
I realize this. Free to you.
And then
Free to us.
we left
Sure.
last night with another 12?
12.
No, 14, because you had two individual ones too.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, sorry.
So we had 101 sample
All right.
bottles in our house, and now we're up to 115.
It is. It's hideous. It's like a Camry.
Oh, yeah.
Buy an M5. It's like a Camry. Sorry, we're arguing about cars.
She said the M5 was ugly.
It is.
Oh, no.
Oh.
4-door, almost like 500 horsepower. That thing is...
Like
I'll take the Mangusta, please.
they're putting down close to like 550 at the wheels.
I'll take
I
the
mean,
Mangusta, or what was the other car that was next to it?
The Porsche 959.
Yeah, I'll take one
Yeah,
of those.
All right.
But the Mangusta was really pretty.
I don't know. I just want a 4-door ridiculously fast.
I want a
big
Eco
RS.
Camaro.
Yeah, and see, that's where the M5 would come in. It's 4 doors. It's like 600 horsepower. Like, what more do you need?
Right.
Right.
You don't. When I was a teenager, my stepfather had a 540, and I kind of cut my teeth driving on a 540 BMW, and that was epic. I can only imagine the power difference between the M.
So the 2019 M5, I just looked it up, 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds, and ran the quarter in 10.8.
But it looks like shit.
It does not. It is sexy.
Okay, back to the bourbon. Ugly car.
Oh, there you go, Matt. Now you're pulling out something better.
Well,
That's what I should have pulled
go
out.
ahead and talk about that before we sign off for the night.
Yeah. All right. So this is our barrel pick that just came out last week over at Mirage Liquor in Colleyville. If you guys are around there, if you want to contact us, this is delicious. We picked this with hopefully next week we should be having Tim from Sagamore on the channel actually talk about this pick and talk about Sagamore in general. So it should be a good time. But yeah, it's 110 proof. It's 6 years old. It is delicious.
I saw some of that up in Chicago.
Yeah, this is out of Baltimore.
We can figure out how to get some snow globes out,
Yeah. Snow globes.
BMW.
We'll be in Austin in October. We're more than happy to deliver. Now, how they get back to,
Better.
your place is not my problem.
Ooh.
But
That still Austin is really good.
I told you it was good. Yeah, what do you guys think of that?
I didn't grab any rye. Man, I feel left out.
Hideous.
I'm sure you have a rye close to you at hand. There must be whiskey surrounding you everywhere.
Not at this very location.
Okay. It's surrounding you, just not within arm's reach.
That.
There you go.
See, he's going to get the rye. Perfect.
All right.
There's a barrel head of Peerless behind you. You could probably just go lick that.
It's not real.
Yeah.
An unnamed distillery handed me that as we walked out of the New Orleans Bourbon Festival, and I was like,
That's
Ooh.
very good.
That is a rye.
That very rye. I don't think it gets much more rye than that.
No, it does not.
And Jason, don't worry, there'll be a bottle for you.
All right.
Dilly.
Ready to wrap this up here, Matt?
I'll stay on. If Kyle wants to stay on, we can stay on or we can end. It doesn't matter to me.
Whoa.
Up to you guys.
yeah,
Straight rye.
yeah.
Pickle.
Yep.
Not even-
Dilly.
Which
I
is
would
that the
say
3 or the 4 year?
Pickle. I can deal with the dill. I can't deal with the spearmint.
Mm.
Let's see, I'm the other way around.
Really?
Pickles belong in my fridge in a jar.
Oh, I love pickles.
I love pickles on their own, not in my whiskey.
I don't like the spearminty taste to it.
Oh, see, and once it gets old enough and it has that minty flavor to it, I'm like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, this is good.
I agree. See, I love rye. You guys are not huge fans, but I love it.
He loves rye.
I could do some good rye. I'm not afraid of it.
Definitely.
I like Resurgence. That's about as rye as I go.
You like which one?
Resurgence,
Never heard.
ASW.
I will send you a bottle.
It is
Okay.
the best. It tastes like pumpernickel bread. It's got everything you want in bread.
It literally tastes like a fresh baked rye bread.
And
Sounds
it is
delicious.
so good.
They
Yes.
actually use a chocolate malted chocolate malted rye
Very
in the
cool.
recipe.
It is very distinct, unique, and I think it's the only thing that tastes like that. And it is the best. But
Cool. I never even heard of it. That's awesome.
good
All right.
stuff.
Are you guys staying on or are you getting off? Because I've got to go. I've got to get
I'll
up.
sit and chill with Matt if he wants to talk.
Fine by me.
I'm gonna
Cheers, everybody.
All right.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you guys later.
Another few minutes. Thanks for coming on, guys. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate having you.
talk
Have
to
a
you
good
later.
day.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, I figure, I have to work tomorrow, but I don't really give a shit. So,
Yeah,
Okay.
work's overrated.
exactly. Work's totally overrated. It's just work. It's just how I pay for all this crap.
Right?
Jason said, do you like Kentucky rye or Maryland rye?
What?
I like both.
What's the difference?
Well, Maryland rye, which is what Sagamore is a low. This is a low rye. All right, as far as rye goes, it's barely going to be above. It'll be 51% rye, basically.
Okay.
Then you'll have, I forget what the exact mash bill is, and then you have your corn and your barley. But I think the barley's only like 5, so the rest is corn. Whereas Pennsylvania rye, which was like the Kentucky rye, is usually going to be a lot higher, which is like your 95.5, your Monongahela rye, like your bullets and stuff. But personally, I'm not the big fan of bullet. I think it's kind of boring. Whereas that Willet, that is my kind of rye. I like that really spicy rye.
I did not like the bullet rye at all.
Sucks.
It does.
We had that. That was at New Orleans.
No, we had that here.
And we had it here too. I remember tasting it at New Orleans. I wasn't happy with it. It's green, right? Isn't it the bullet that's green? Yeah. I had that in New Orleans. It wasn't great.
People are like, oh, it's so great. I'm like, no, it's really not.
I'll tell you what was good is the bullet barrel proof high rye bourbon.
Agree. That I like.
Oh, that's fucking delicious. That is
really
delicious.
Actually decent. So yeah, the rest of them are just
One of us has to get up with kids because Oren's going to be up in like 5 hours. So I'm going to bed. My 4-year-old gets up super early.
Awesome.
And yeah, especially when the other one doesn't go to bed until super late.
Oh, even more fun.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to bed, y'all. You all chat. Have fun. Deuces. Thanks, everyone in the chat. Thanks for having us on the show.
Absolutely. Thanks, Aaron. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. See, and Dustin says he likes that 12-year. I was not a big. I tried it the other day. It was You do it. You got it. Sorry, a little person's asked. This is my child that never goes to bed. Is up here. She's like, put my water. I'm like, no.
I'm really surprised that neither one of our kids have come out yet.
Kaden didn't take
No, not up here. Dude, break glass.
Horseback riding lesson.
She's trying to sit in my bar, filling her freaking sippy cup.
Isn't that the best place in the house?
Oh, because there's nowhere else that we possibly have a water source in my house besides my bar. Possibly.
No.
Water.
Faster way.
Yeah, yes, it's faster. Okay, you have to get out. Okay. Shh.
It's faster.
Yes, it is faster. All right, come on. You got to go, kid. Yeah, anybody that's been here that's in the chat, they all know how this one is. They know which one I'm talking to. Don't spill that, please. Yeah, stay over there. Hey, give me that. Give me that.
That's talking to our kids.
It's always something with this one. Children are wonderful people. Yes, Ben. They're wonderful people, all right. But there's a reason we all drink whiskey because of them.
Oh, yeah. They say it'll be fun. They said
it'll be fun. Yeah, fun getting the children, not so fun raising them.
So, I will say of the Four Roses, this the F recipe is definitely a wild card that I'm. Like I've had some that are good and some that are.
Yeah. I guess you just never know. Yeah, I've had them all. It's just that the nights that I've had them all, we were drinking very heavily, and I don't remember.
Right.
I mean, those are the nights you probably tried 40-something different whiskeys. You're like, I don't know.
So I had a night like that recently up in Chicago.
Oh,
and,
nice.
I was with the Adventures Club, and they have a massively stocked bar. And I was just pouring little bits of each. It's just one of those things where, when you're in a situation like that, basically like, all I need to know is, do I want to purchase this or not?
Yeah, really. Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what it really comes down to is, do I need to look for a bottle of this or can I just skip it?
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what it's for. Yeah. It's kind of like in the whiskey vault when we go down there. Yeah. You can only have maximum 1/4 of an ounce because if you have any more than that, A, you're never going to remember. And B, eventually those 1/4 catch up.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Quick.
I learned that a long time ago. I went to a beer festival, and they gave us this little, I think it was like a 6-ounce mug. And I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this little thing? And I went in there, all technical, and I had my book, and I was I'd say, oh, okay, this brewery, and write down all my tasting notes and blah blah blah, and then by the end of it, I was like, good.
I think that's how Dustin feels right now.
Meeting first in the morning. I am drunk after I had a technical document for it, and it's midnight. I wish you the best of luck.
Good night, Justin. Should be an excellent report, I'm sure. That's awesome.
Aaron said you are effed.
Yes. Yeah, there's a good chance that he's definitely, that report's going to be like, I don't know. I think it's technical. Yes. See, Ben, you know how it is. Mom comes home to take care of them, put them to bed. My wife yells at me this crap all the time. Why are the kids still up? Because they're always up. They never freaking sleep. It doesn't matter.
They never go to bed.
See, my wife knows that they just never go to bed.
No,
So
they don't. It's horrible. And my wife went to sleep like 2 hours ago. She's out. She's like, whatever. Especially on Monday night, she's like, whatever. I'll see you on Tuesday. I don't really care.
you're doing a live stream, like it's your problem.
Yeah, exactly. Or if it says end up on anybody's channel or whatever, you end up in the freaking Discord or some crap. She's like, oh God, it's going to be hours. Whatever. See you later. Then she eventually yells at me, get off the Discord. Do something else.
So that's one thing I haven't gotten into is Discord.
It's fun. Yeah, we hang out a lot in the Whiskey Dicks and in Whiskey She Wines and Bourbon Insanes and occasionally Scotch for Dummies.
Yeah.
Those are where I belong to. But mostly in Bill's and Sam and Bobby's. And you just never know what's going to show up in there. And it's always entertaining.
Right.
And it's all day long, no matter what. It's always a good time. Oh, yeah, Joseph Magnus is awesome. I do agree. So I guess he said you pulled that one out last time you had a live stream?
Well, it was, I got a single barrel store pick, a 13-year MGP single barrel.
Exciting. So that sounds like that's awesome. Yeah, I've only had a regular one. And I did try that Murray Hill exclusive 700 bottling.
Yeah.
That was Liquor Hounds, one of his best ones that he had for last year. He brought that over, and oh my gosh, that thing is unbelievable. That was amazing.
I really like the just the standard triple cask finished.
Totally agree.
It's freaking delicious.
Yeah, it's one of the few that's actually worth $100 that you have out there as a standard price. Of course, that damn cigar blend now, that thing's even better. Except that thing's on allocation most places now. You can't even find the damn thing.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things I had up in Chicago. It was a fresh crack, so it was a little with a little bit of water, it really opened up.
Yeah, it's good. I got an MGP exclusive XO finish single barrel. Insane. Okay.
Nice.
That's very
So
good.
that's one of the things I've noticed with Joseph Magnus is when you do a single barrel, you can either decide to bottle it just as it is, or you can decide to finish it off in whatever kind of cask you want.
Right. That's
to kind of do your own cask finish in it, which is really cool.
Definitely. Yeah, it's just kind of whatever the hell you want to do.
Which, I mean, if I was a smaller distillery and I could manage that, like,
Sure.
whatever you guys want to do with it, like, that's cool. We'll do that.
Yeah, why the hell not, right?
Yeah. And that's one of the things like that I really appreciate, a lot of local distilleries for and stuff is, they're so much more willing to work with you on stuff, and
They're willing to try. They are willing to experiment. What's the worst that can happen? It sucks.
Right.
You throw it away. Or
Right.
you blend it in, usually just blend it into something. I mean, if worst comes to worst. But usually something magnificent happens is generally the case.
I really want to try and find a distillery where they'll let me just play with the still for a day and like do my own mash or something and fill a barrel or something.
Funny you say that. So iRoot actually does that. They have a bourbon boot camp. And they let you like come in as like a group or whatever, and you all pick the mash bill and you distill it and everything, and then they age it, and you come back like every year and taste it until you decide to pull it out of the barrel, and it's your barrel.
OCD, the Glens Creek that I was talking about earlier, they do something similar. It's not expensive. It's like $2,500.
Totally worth it.
and it's a 33-gallon barrel, not a 55.
Okay.
And then but they'll do like literally whatever mash bill you want, like your recipe, their yeast, but whatever mash bill you want, and you come in and you still it for a day and fill the barrel, and that's it. That's your barrel.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
I like things like that. It's just cool to let you do stuff like that. It's whatever ends up being. This is awesome.
How does Four Roses compare to Woodford products? I think they're a lot better. But
I would agree. Actually, we shot Four Woodfords yesterday. Yeah, Four Roses is significantly better.
Oh yeah.
So, have you tried the new wheated one?
I haven't. I will say one thing that I really like that everyone seems kind of tossed up on is the Woodford single malt.
It's disgusting.
I like it.
I fucking hate it. That is the worst shit I've ever tasted. I absolutely fucking hate it.
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, that is the worst shit I've ever drank.
But then again, like I don't like Scotch, so maybe that has something to do with it.
See, and I love Scotch, and maybe that's why I really, really hate it. It's just funky and weird and just gross.
Which is why it's delicious.
I just think it's terrible. See, and I usually like weird, funky shit. So I'm not, because I love like peat and stuff and weird smokes and woods. That one is just gross. I just cannot stand it. Yes, like Will says, he's in the chat now. It is so much better. Absolutely. Yeah, just that's the thing that nightmares are made of. It really is bad. Now that wheat was delicious. That I really liked. I thought that's the best Woodford beyond the double oaked. I love though. That is fantastic stuff.
That was all over Chicago while I was up there.
Cool. That's a hard one to get for you guys though, the double oaked?
Yeah, I don't see it around Tennessee very much.
Really?
Interesting. I will say, like, Chicago has really good selection, and they have amazing prices on things.
Interesting.
They had like the High West Yippee-Ki-Yay was like $60.
Oh, that's a good price, yeah.
Handle of Makers was like $30 or $35. Last year when I was up there, they had Russell's Reserve picks for $45.
Yeah.
And Four Roses picks for $50.
Damn. Those are prices.
Yeah, just ridiculous stuff. So when you see people up in there like complaining about whiskey, just tell them to shut up. Like they obviously don't know what it's really like.
Robot Scott wants to know what's worse, Jack Daniels or Woodford Malt? Woodford Malt, much worse. Much, much worse.
Jack's gross.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Jack Daniels at all. I can't stand it. The only Jack Daniels I like are the barrel strength single barrels.
Yep.
Those are pretty tasty.
Usually those are pretty good.
One I have is good. And I like Gentleman Jack is fine. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as, is it like anything amazing? No, but it's decent.
I will say I've had a couple of just regular single barrels.
Yeah.
That were pretty good.
Okay.
But the barrel proof is definitely.
That's good stuff. I really like that a lot.
Well, it gets rid of a lot of that like banana flavor.
Yeah, it's gross.
It tastes like those little hard candy banana things.
Runts.
Yeah, runts. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it reminds me of.
It's just like, I don't like Jack Daniels. It's just George Dickel I like. I can't stand Jack Daniels.
Yeah, Dickel's good.
I think, I love, especially, they did a lot of contract distilling too for Dickel. A lot of their contract stuff's really like. Have you had peg leg porker ever?
Yep.
Oh, I love that stuff. That stuff's awesome.
So Dickel is like 30 minutes from here, and Jack is like 15. Jack is kind of like Buffalo Trace, like it's very corporatized, it's very commercial, but at the same time, like they're. I forgot where I was going with that. But anyway, when you go to George Dickel for a tour, everything they're like you walk up and everything is very like down home feeling. Comparatively, it's a super small distillery. When you go to Jack Daniels, like everything is computerized and ultra modern, and when you go to George Dickel, they're like, "Hey, we make whiskey. You want to see how we make it?" Like
that sounds like my kind of place.
Yeah, they're very much more laid back and just it's a much more personal feeling.
Sure.
So
now, how far are you from like Gatlinburg, where Old Smoky is?
we are 3 or 3.5 hours from there.
Oh, so you're way west. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we're in Central Tennessee.
Okay.
Jack Daniels.
What about it?
That's where we're at.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him.
Oh.
Yeah, so Tennessee is really long.
Right.
Like it's only like 2 hours tall, but it's like 8 or 9 hours wide.
Oh, okay. So
No, more than that, because that's only 8 hours to like Knoxville, and then there's like another 2 hours, over to the peak. So it's a long state.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, so we went to Gatlinburg last year specifically to go to Old Smoky, and that was awesome. Have you ever been over to the distillery at Old Smoky?
I haven't. We actually stayed like right across the street from it, and I just never got over there.
Totally go there. That has to be the best distillery I've ever taken. Those people are freaking awesome.
So Cap and Make It Happen totally hit it on the head. He said the Heritage Barrel and the Single Barrel Selects are tasty, and the Sinatra is nice, but not worth the price.
Absolutely correct.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, I tried that Sinatra finally. I had a friend open one up a few weeks ago. I was like, it isn't great at all. I'm like, it's fine.
I actually like the Gold 27 better than the Sinatra, and I think it's like $50 cheaper.
Yeah, I never tried that one, the Gold 27.
But I mean, when you're paying $150 for Jack Daniels, I mean,
it should be freaking awesome.
Yeah,
and if it's not, that just blows.
Yeah, like they better be. They have a lot of barrels. Like, pick some good ones. Pick some honey barrels.
You would think to put Frank Sinatra's name in this would be like the be all end all freaking Jack Daniels. It's like,
But okay, let me put it this way though. Like what I see out of Jack Daniels is, especially out of like their special bottlings and stuff, minus the barrel proof, obviously, but it's almost like they just want to see how smooth they can get it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, like they're not necessarily going for a better flavor. They just want it like more smooth.
Yeah, more smooth is not what I'm looking for in my whiskey, though. But I would agree with you.
Right,
like Jack Daniels, that's exactly what they're looking for is more smooth.
Like, and when you go on the tour, that's all that they harp on is how smooth it is and how easy to drink it is, and that's all that they seem to care about.
I'd be like, yeah, so it's great with the Diet Coke. Is that what you're trying to tell me? That's what I'm hearing. I'm going, so your whiskey basically sucks, and it's only good with the Coke. Okay, good to know.
And it does mix good with Coke. I will give them that.
That's the only way it tastes good is with the Coke. I just don't like it. Yes, everyone drank back and think it was cheap and smooth. It's not that cheap, though. Dickel's cheaper and way better. Jack Daniels has gone way up in price, to be real honest. I mean, shit. A freaking 175 is now like $45. It's not worth it.
I think just the regular black label is like $30 or something.
Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, it's like $30 for a 750. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, nope, not worth it.
Like I can go get Wild Turkey 101 for $20-$25, and I'd rather have that.
Exactly. I'd much rather drink that any day.
All day.
Yeah, it tastes a hell of a lot better, and it's a lot cheaper. Yeah, that's not even close. Because I think, what is a Dickel is what, about $20? I think for the 12 recipe 12. Yeah, and that recipe 8's like 18, something like that. It's cheap. It's not bad.
I don't care much for the 8, but the 12 is. I really like the 12.
Yeah, the 8's. Yeah, the 12 I really like. Agree completely. The 12 is now, especially if you get some of those select bottles. They're like $30.
Yeah,
those are awesome.
There's a store, actually Elixir, he was just in the chat. He got 2 either like 14 or 15 year barrel picks from Dickel, and he added an extra $10 for charity on top of it, and they were like $45.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Alrighty then. I will totally buy that. That's fantastic.
Oh, hey, he's still in the chat. What's up, Tarak? Yeah, and they're freaking phenomenal barrels too.
Yeah.
he's one of those stores, like he gets a lot of barrels
Yeah,
and he has a really good palate. So
that's awesome.
pretty much.
His Knob Creek double.
Oh yeah, he got a Knob Creek. Aaron was just talking about called Double Booked,
Okay.
and 120 proof single barrel Knob Creek, but it drinks like a Booker's.
Oh wow.
Like it's very Booker's ish, and
Very
it's so delicious. It's probably the best Knob Creek pick I've ever had.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's freaking phenomenal.
Love to hear that. That's
15-year, 3-month, he said.
Wow, that's awesome. That's very cool. Yeah, it's another thing too. You think about like Knob Creek store picks, which are older. Proof is very similar generally to a Booker's, and they're half the price. I mean, personally, for the money, I think I'd rather have the Knob Creek store pick personally.
Over what?
Booker's, but for the money, now they're growing up so much in
Oh
price.
yeah.
When they
But
were
I've heard that the Knob Creek picks are going up to like $55 or $60.
Jeez. That blows. I think the last one I bought, I think I paid $45 for it.
Yep.
Damn.
But I've heard they're going up, which, I mean, on one hand, like I'm really sad to see it, but on the other hand, like that's kind of where all the other premium
It
single
is.
barrel products are priced at. So I mean, I can't blame them, but I mean that's what's so great about them is you can get 14-year single barrel 120 proof picks for $45.
Yeah, absolutely. Richie Z is a good question about Uncle Nearest.
So I have, and we're actually supposed to go meet with the distiller here not before long, and there's some difference between batches.
Mhm.
The first one I had, which was one of their first batches, was super sweet.
Yep.
The next one I had was nice, balanced, really well done, delicious. So,
Yeah, they have a serious problem with consistency. I've had 2 bottles that were absolutely amazing, 2 that were god awful shit, and they're not drinkable. They're so
Yeah.
damn bad. It's like, how do you have that vast range of really great to absolutely horrible? Because I went to the store, I was like, because the guy how he tried it, I was like, oh, this is awesome. So I bought a bottle. I'm like, go home, like, what the fuck is this? This is not what I tasted. This is shit.
this isn't what you gave me. It was bait and switch.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I went back and I was like, what the hell? And then so another guy, he got a bottle. His was great. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I went and tried another one. They had a tasting of it with a shit bottle. I'm like, oh, I see. Must be the same shitty batch. So it's just like, I was like, this is horrible. Yeah, they can't, no consistency whatsoever. They need, I don't know what to tell them to do, but they really got to get their shit together with consistency for sure.
The one we tasted down in New Orleans was phenomenal. I think it won like whiskey best of show, if I remember right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
Now, have you tried, what's the other one called? The 1860, I think is what the other one is, the single barrel that's like $100.
I haven't tasted it yet, no.
Yeah, because Jason sent me some of that as a blind. I picked it last. It was the right choice. Because I hate it. It was also not great, unfortunately.
Donald said, is Booker's worth $110 Canadian?
What does that make? So what does that make it? About $80, Donald, I guess, the conversion rate. Depends on which one you get. If it's some of the newer ones, I'd say no.
$82.
Yeah, okay. So it's about what it is here, then.
I was going to say they're about $70-$75 on the shelf here. So,
yeah, so that's probably about right then.
If they have the shiny barrel batch,
Yeah.
that's super good. Backyard Barbecue is phenomenal. Off Your Rocker is an older one. It's delicious.
Okay. What's the one I like?
Those would be the 3 of my top.
Yeah, if you can find even a kitchen table, that's pretty good.
Yeah, kitchen table's good. I think actually last year there was a couple different really good batches. Kathleen's batch I was kind of about. A lot of people seem to really enjoy it, but
Teresa's back too.
Aaron said Teresa's batch is kind of
Yeah, if it's Teresa's batch, I would not pay that at all.
If they have shiny barrel, though, I would definitely do that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, it's
Shiny
the
barrel is the shit.
$100 one. Okay, yeah, I knew one of them with the other number on it was more expensive. I was like, I'm not buying a bottle for trying it, so I would have to review it off of the sample vial, and I would give it it sucks. Yeah, not a fan, but it is what it is.
Yes, people in the chat said they're $80 to $90 in their area.
Jeez, it's just not worth that though, and that's why I haven't bought any of them this year. I've tried both of them, and I agree the shiny barrel is way better.
GH still brought up a good point. He said Booker's is not worth the price if you can get a Knob Creek single barrel.
Totally agree.
Absolutely. Yeah.
More than twice the age and half the price. It's not really a difficult concept on this one. Hey, Robot Scott, thanks for coming.
So one thing I've wondered, though, about the Bookers, it says, 6 years, 7 months, 11 days or whatever.
Right.
Technically, that's just the youngest barrel that went in there.
That's true. You have a valid point.
So what is like the average age? You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's a good question. Let's ask somebody that can tell us unofficially from, I guess, Jim Beam. Someone needs to tell us this.
I mean, for 127 proof bourbon, it drinks better than a regular 6 year.
Oh, for sure.
Bourbon. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah, that is a good question, though.
Or maybe they're better at just picking out the honey barrels.
And that could be it, too.
Unlike Henry McKenna.
Yeah, you just...
Someone had a good point, though. They said, basically the Henry McKenna, because they said that they just went and picked up 2 bottles off the shelf in San Francisco.
Shit.
Right. That was my first reaction. But doing the New Orleans Bourbon Festival, they have to submit 2 bottles for tasting. So that being said, they don't just give them a $150 gift card to go buy whiskey.
Right. They still hand him
how it works.
Distillery. So he didn't go and buy this off, the whatever the hell the local package stores there is called.
Right.
And when handed them 2 bottles of Henry McKenna, that they know what barrel that came from, the really good one. I would love to taste this supposed barrel that won.
So I think the year before that, they said that, some guy in the warehouse just grabbed 2 bottles, off the line or whatever and sent it in. I'm like,
no, he didn't.
Bullshit.
No, he didn't.
What they could have done though, and is it good business practice? Probably not. Would I blame them for it? Not really.
No.
We could go get an Elijah Craig 18 or 23 barrel.
Sure.
Bottle it at 100 proof, slap a Henry McKenna label on it.
You got a point. Totally could have been that. You've got a valid point.
Little Book 3.
Yes.
What is the price point on it? Do you know?
It's supposed to have gone up. I want to say they've raised it to $125.
I
know. I'm going,
come on. It was bad enough at 100.
Yeah, because the first year it was I think I paid 65, and then last year I paid 90, and then they went 125. So the retail on this, I'm like, that's pretty steep.
There's a local distillery that has been doing that. It was 125 for their last release, and I was like, I'm out for that price. DH Silva said 125 for the Little Book 3, and I was like, last year it was 100. The year before that, like you said, it was like $80 or $90.
Yeah,
and it was just like that at $125. Like I'm out. I'm not.
Yeah, I thought 1 was okay. It didn't do anything. I liked 2 a lot better. I think it's because it was the more rye in it. It's probably why I liked it better. I didn't think 1 was great at all. But other people I've heard vice versa from a lot of people. They either really like 1 and they hate 2, or vice versa. But yeah, 3 sounds like it'll be good from just straight up from what it sounds like. But who the hell knows if it's going to remotely be worth that or not. If they keep raising the price on it, it's probably not going to be that great.
Right.
It's like,
So did we talk about how San Francisco does their blind tastings?
No.
So apparently what they do is they don't tell you, say this is Henry McKenna. They don't say this is Henry McKenna.
Right.
What they will tell you, though, is this is a 10-year, 100 proof bottled in bond single barrel product.
How the hell is that blind?
Right. That was my,
You should get zero information.
absolutely. And that was my thing. Like, obviously, we do the blind stuff, but I was like, that is not blind at all. And like their theory to defend that was, they should judge that as a 10-year bourbon. Like, screw that. They should judge it as a whiskey, and if it's good, then good. If not, like,
yeah, if it's the best whiskey in the world, it should be all whiskey in the world is allowed, and you get no information on it.
Right.
It's a pretty simple concept. Blinding.
Like how many 10-year single barrel bottled in bonds bottles do you know of?
I can't think of anything else.
Right.
That's all I can think of.
So yeah, I have issues with that, like, deeply.
Yeah,
like, that's not okay, man.
No, I think they really hurt their integrity greatly by doing that. It's like, yeah, everybody's like, yeah, we don't care.
Right, but they're like, well, the judges need to know, if it's a 15-year whiskey, it should drink like a 15-year whiskey.
No, they don't.
Like, what if it's a 3-year whiskey that drinks like a 15-year?
Exactly.
Like, what then? You just told them it was a 3-year, so they're expecting 3.
Yeah, it's kind of like with the Texas whiskey. It's like, well, this whiskey's 18 months here in Texas. Well, it tastes like it's 6 years in Kentucky or whatever. And
right.
Same thing with the Scotch. So this Scotch is 3 years old. Well, it tastes like a freaking, it came just out of the barrel here. So you just never know.
Yep.
This year is completely irrelevant. I should have no bearing on it whatsoever.
I'm just saying, like, if you have all these like super tasters and stuff, like, they shouldn't have to know what the proof is or what the age is.
Exactly. Well, part of the problem is I swear they write this crap for themselves. It's the same assholes that judge these competitions, that write these magazines, the same assholes in one circling each other. It's all it is. It's a big ass circle jerk on each other. It's great. Yeah. So it's just like, come on. Their opinion means nothing to me. I just don't.
Yeah, I've lost faith in a lot of their opinions and stuff. Like, when Fred Minnick said, like, Old Ezra 7 barrel proof was, his favorite whiskey of the year last year, I was like, it was good, but it wasn't that good. Like,
no. Was it as good as Dorsey Stag? Fuck no.
No, not by a long shot.
No, it's never going to be. It's a great $30 whiskey. Yes, it is. Yeah. But it's certainly not my favorite.
Which also, like, I really like to use that as kind of a case study, if you will. Because if they can because I'm pretty sure they're sourcing from Heaven Hill. I don't think that's a big secret.
Yes, correct.
So if they can third party get a 7-year age stated barrel proof bourbon, and as a third party sell it for $35,
it's a hell of a deal.
How much profit are they making on some of these fucking bottles, man? You know what I mean?
You got a point.
Like, even the third party people, the NDPs that are putting out, 2, 3, 4-year-old whiskey for $80 or $100 a bottle at like 90 proof.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, you guys were really killing it. Like,
yeah, like Blood Oath, that thing's about $100 now. It's good. Is it $100 good? No.
But at least it has the age on it.
True.
Like, there's a lot of people's, like, Jeffersons or whoever that, I like a lot of their stuff, but in the end, they're probably using no more than, like, 5 or 6 year product and barrel, saying it's 90 proof and selling it for, $80 or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good point on Jefferson. Oh, yeah, exactly. He's got a valid point there. Yeah, that is totally the best whiskey. Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah, there's no way.
No, and actually, it is a good product. I don't dispute that. Certainly not the best in the world, though, by any means.
And that's what it really comes down to. Like, have I had good Henry McKenna bottles? Sure. Would I ever say that they were the best thing I tasted that whole night? No,
not gonna happen.
And that wasn't even up against, like, George T. Stagg or W.L. Weller or whatever. Like they were just, we just tried a bunch of stuff that night.
Right, exactly. Yeah, this is not. What is Justin saying here? Bourbon plant profits for Beam is roughly 10 times. 1 billion to line cash rolls and 100 million in profit. It's likely before top minute size and below the line. It's probably true.
Probably.
He's got a point. They don't care.
No. But I will say, like, Jim Beam, for the most part, like, a lot of their products are pretty reasonably priced.
I would agree. That's true. I mean,
they come out with their distiller series and stuff, and they're like $40 to $50 bottles.
Yeah, true.
Like,
I really like some of the Jim Beam single barrels I've had have been great, and they're $30.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
If you try any of those experimentals, like the red wheat and the brown rice, any of those, the little 375, 11-year-old ones. Oh, I'll just get you some of those.
I've seen them around, but I haven't bought them.
They're really good, especially the red winter wheat is amazing. I like that one a lot. Good stuff for sure. So your Willet you're drinking, is that the 3 or the 4 year?
4.
Okay, yeah, that one's a little bit better.
And I have a 7 year, I think.
Ooh, nice.
Single barrel.
Very nice.
It was expensive, but so there's have you heard of Barrels and Brews?
No, I've not.
They're like an hour north of me, and they do some really awesome picks also. And they got a Willet Experimental Series Weeder Bourbon.
Oh, very cool.
It was like 1 of 1 barrels.
Oh, wow.
And it was fucking phenomenal. It was probably one of the best bourbons I've ever had. And I've been trying to find a bottle. Everyone that has them wants, $400 or something crazy for them. And
yeah,
I'm not about that life.
It's kind of like, you've heard of Bald Monk, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that it was a charity event, and that set the price on the secondary on it to like, was it $4,000 over the hell it was? Something absurd.
Yeah.
I mean, have you tried it?
It's
pretty good. Is it $4,000 good? No. I think original like retail was like $250, something like that.
Especially when you can get like the Jamie Ferris and Dixon Deadman pick for $70.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think it was $70, and that is phenomenal.
Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to me. Like, there's a large portion of my collection that comes down to Russell's Reserve, Knob Creek, and Four Roses barrel picks.
Yeah, probably agree with you on that. Yeah, that's probably are the best ones and most reasonably priced.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's something I can always count on. You know,
they haven't let me down yet. So
like, I have some of the. I need to open some more of them up, like the 15-year craft spirits.
Oh yeah, I tried that one.
And that kind of stuff.
That one
again
expensive.
Comes from it was like $250.
Okay.
And again, the same guy gave it whiskey of the year.
Yeah.
But I do have a little higher hopes for that one though.
Yeah, you'd hope.
I've got a sample of it. It was pretty delicious.
Yeah, I think we should start having like our own YouTube whiskey of the year. Real reviews by real people that actually, don't have any stake as far as what the hell distillery wins.
Right.
What I think could actually be a lot more valid personally.
I try and put out a video every year of, now it's just strictly based on whiskeys that we reviewed blind on the show that year.
Okay, that's cool. That works.
But it's basically like the 5 highest price tags that we've given it throughout the year.
Okay.
And whatever 5 whiskeys got the highest score or highest price tag, those are our top 5 whiskeys of the year.
Seems logical.
So, and then I do a 5 budget, daily drinker edition, which actually that is based on, again, I try and do things, scientifically.
Sure.
And that's based on basically like the ratio
Mhm.
of the price that it was retail versus the price we gave it.
Yeah.
Like the Dickel 12 year or the Dickel 12 recipe.
Mhm.
I think retail on it is what, like $20 or something.
Something like that's cheap.
We gave it, I think, like a $60 or $80 price tag. So that'd be a ratio of like 3 or 4 times.
Sure.
So, I try and do a video of that every year too, of, like the 5 whiskeys that got the best price ratio.
Yeah, that seems to make sense. Yeah. The answer, yes, Richie Z, it is freaking awesome. What do you think?
Handies are good. There's nothing wrong with them.
I love it. I think it's great.
It's basically Sazerac rye barrel proof at 6 years.
True.
So if you can get it at retail, I would definitely pick it up.
Yeah, for $100, absolutely buy it. It's totally worth $100. Now, some of this for $5, it's not worth $500. I don't think any of them are worth $500. To be real honest with you, of the BTAC series.
No, I mean the Stag and the Weller would be the closest, but I wouldn't even. I think like $250 is probably my hard limit on.
Yeah,
those.
I would say for sure.
If I go into a store and they have them for less than $2, I'll pick it up.
Yeah, of course.
If they're asking $300, $400, $500, like no, I'll pass.
Yeah, it's funny. I was in a store last year at some point. I went in there and they had a bottle of 30-year Glenfiddich and this thing was an old bottle. It's probably been there for probably 10 years at least. It was the same price it was then. It was $350, which was a great price. The current ones are like $500-$600 now for a 30-year Glenfiddich. And I'm leaving. They're like, "Oh, do you want this George T. Stag for $500?" Hell no. No, I don't want that. But I will take this one that's at least like $250 off what it should be anywhere else.
Right.
Absolutely.
Jason said he passed on a GTS at $300.
I don't
blame you.
pay $300 for it.
I don't blame you at all.
True.
At $300, it might be tempting, but
it's
no.
not worth it. It's
No.
not. It's good, but it's not that good. What did he say he's gonna trade? Trade 2 6-year Willet bourbons for a Stag. I got that offer. I don't know. That's pretty good. Depends what you paid for those 2 6-year Willets, to be real honest with you.
What's that?
He says he's got to trade 2 6-year Willet bourbons. Have you tried the Willet bourbons?
Yeah, they're really good.
I thought they were really good.
They are.
That's a good question.
2 6-year Willets for a Stag. I would probably take the Stag.
Yeah. Just because
retail on those Willets is ridiculously high, but just as far from a drinking standpoint,
yeah,
I'd probably go with the Stag.
Right.
If it was 1-for-1 Stag, no question.
Yes, agree on that. That is for sure. $250 for Yamasaki 18. That's a good deal too. Now, do you drink Japanese whiskey at all, or not really?
Not really. I've had some. I got the like the Nika straight from the barrel or from the barrel, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I love that one. That's great.
It was good. I do like a good like Irish whiskey, Redbreast and Green Spot and that kind of stuff.
Oh, those are good. Those are good ones.
But yeah, I just not much for Scotch personally.
Just haven't found the right ones for you yet.
Apparently, I will say the one that I really, really like, besides that 43 year,
is
the Glenmorangie Signet.
Oh yeah, that one's really good. Yeah,
that's but
definitely.
they use new barrels on that one, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That sounds right. I'm pretty
sure they do. So maybe more Scotch people should just use new barrels.
You just never know. The thing is so dark and rich. It's got so much coffee flavor in it. Now, granted, they do use coffee malt, which makes sense. But it's just so good.
It is so good.
It is ridiculously good. I've got a ball in the other room. I really like it. Plus the cork on that thing, it weighs like 2 pounds.
Right.
It's like, do you have a bottle of it, or you just tasted it?
My buddy had a bottle of it.
Okay. Yeah, it's like
I think brought it over a few times.
It's like, thank you for the weapon. Yes, yeah, Richie Zeno's chocolate malted Signet, absolutely.
Actually, that elixir that was in the spirits or in the chat, he has some Glenmorangie Signet sitting on the shelf, and every time I go in there, I'm like, oh man, that's so tempting. Like,
Yeah,
it's just so good.
I think I paid like what did I pay for that? 180? Maybe like 180 for it. I'm like, totally worth it.
Price.
So yeah, I don't know what it is there, but yeah, Signet is awesome. That's probably the best thing they make, to be real honest. Of anything you can, get at a standard. I don't know if they really make anything more crazy than that. That's not. I mean, they make it a special edition every year, which are usually pretty good.
So my buddy that brought it over, his big three were Glenmorangie, Glenlivet, and I want to say Glenfiddich, like their 18-year stuff.
Yeah. Yes, I'd make that trade.
Blend straight from the barrel for GTS all day long.
Absolutely, make that trade.
All day long, no questions asked.
Yeah. But yeah, back to those scotches. Yeah, those are all, they're fine. Those are all good ones to start with. And they all make special editions that are just phenomenal.
Yeah, he usually went for like the 18-year or the 21-year or whatever bottlings, but
oh, that's right. And he's right. Glad I do own that forest in Missouri that they get all their oak from. That's true. It's pretty amazing. You own a freaking forest just for your barrels. Like, we'll loan it to you bourbon folks first. And then we're going to take our barrels back. And then we'll age our scotch in it, which is pretty funny. That was a puppy.
It's Frank. He's my buddy.
I didn't hear him all night at all. Make no noise.
No, they know there's two of them. When they're inside, they know they come and lay down, and
it works.
Yeah, they know that if they're going to play, they go outside.
There you go. That works. Favorite BTAC of all time.
Auchentoshan.
Yeah, that's good stuff. You might like them. Because they triple distill, and they actually have one that's made that's an American oak. You might actually like them. I have to send you some of their stuff. Auchentoshan makes some really good stuff for sure. Yeah,
I think my two favorite Irish whiskeys are probably Green Spot and the Redbreast 12-year.
Yeah, my favorite is Middleton Virgin Oaks, the Castleton Estate, and then the Bluebell Forest. Those are both phenomenal, but so is, like I said, all the Redbreasts are really good. The 21 is crazy good.
Of all the 12-year cask strength, that's really good.
Oh, that thing's great.
I got a bottle of the Yellow Spot.
Yeah.
It's like twice the price. I don't like it nearly as much as the Green Spot.
My favorite spot is probably the Green Spot, the Barton and the Montelena. Those are good. The Chateau Montelena. Those two are phenomenal. I like those much better than the other three spots.
I really wanted to pick up the what was it? It was the Lestau Redbreast. That's what I kept hearing. I was like,
oh, it's so good, dude.
Man.
You should buy one. It's like what, $65, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
I'd buy one. How much would you max pay for a Redbreast 21? I got mine on sale for $250, which was a really good deal. Usually they're around $350. I think if you paid $300, I think you'd still be really happy with a 21 Redbreast for sure. And Howdy Whiskeys, he's got one for his guys trip. Oh, you're gonna be in heaven, dude. That stuff is awesome. Bushmills, yes, I would recommend not buying their regular stuff, but their 10, 16, and 21 are fantastic. Any of those I think you'd be happy with. Yeah, Triconal, that's good stuff too. I've only had the 10, the regular, and then the 16-year. And those are all really good. But I think Canada gets a crap load of them that I've never even seen. Yeah. So, which is nice. Have you had any of the Triconals at all?
I have not.
If you like the ones you said, you'd like that one probably too. Yeah, I need to get you some really good Irish. That is awesome stuff. I don't know the answer. You'll have to answer because I've never been to Kentucky.
I would definitely say OCD, the Glens Creek. They're right by Buffalo Trace. Right by there is Castle and Key. I would definitely check them out. That'd probably be my two biggest ones that are in the main area. All the main distilleries are kind of in like a little portion of Kentucky. So those would be my two favorite ones. Would be OCD and Castle and Key.
Oh, he also Bushmills itself is it's a basic entry level Irish. It's Northern Ireland's version of Jameson. It's not great, but yeah, the 10-year I get the 10-year. It's like $40 for sure. That's not bad. Oh, Tullamore Dew, the Phoenix, that's good. You'd like that. It's 110 proof. It's not age stated, but it's really freaking good. You'd probably like that one a lot. It's discontinued. You can find a bottle. It'd be worth picking up for you for what you like.
We'll probably get some around here.
Probably. They don't
see middle of nowhere. Scotch kind of sits on the shelf for a long time.
Yeah, so that's good stuff. There's all sorts of good Irish that's out. But have you ever had Sexton?
I've seen it around, but never had it.
$25. That's the first Irish that I tried that I actually liked. I was like, hey, Irish can make good whiskey. I was shocked because y'all I had prior was like Jameson and Bush. I'm like, these suck.
Right.
I was like, oh, this is good. So that was kind of nice. But yeah, I think definitely like I said, your red breast is probably your best pick for standard. You're going to be thrilled with it for Irish. Can't really go wrong with that.
Elixir said he liked the Bushmill 16 better than the 21.
Really? Interesting. I'd have to compare them. I don't know. They're both buried away from myself. So, although they did have a sale on the Bushmills 21, which usually goes for $250 to $300, they had a sale for $100. So I had to buy a couple for that price.
Donald says Sexton sucks.
Doesn't like Sexton? I love Sexton. I think Sexton's great. That's one of my favorites. I don't know. I drink it too fast, Will. I don't know. I don't ever have that problem. That's a good one. So, well, anyway, I'm sure at some point we should probably go to bed because, work.
Shit's overrated, but I do have to be there.
This is true. Oh, he's right. The Powers family. He is right. Powers does make some good stuff. John Lane is really good. The signature is really good. Three Swallows is good. The regular one's fine. Exactly. I love the Sexton is my favorite of cheap Irish. I like this first part of the bottle, not the second half. I can't really help you with it. See, here's your solve your problem, Will. Take the bottle, pour it into 2 375s. Problem solved.
Done. All right, man.
Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. And I guess you want to tell everybody where they can find you.
Bourbon Blind on pretty much YouTube, Instagram, and Bourbon Blind Nation is our group on Facebook. Kind of like our Discord channel. There's, everyone's talking about everything. So
very cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, everybody, we should be releasing Woodford tomorrow. I think Will's loading it up right now, the regular one, and then that'll be the bourbon and the rye, and then Thursday should be the wheat and the malt for this week's reviews. So look to those, and we'll see everybody next Monday. Should be out Sagamore and this barrel pick and the whole process. So that should be a really cool episode next Monday. So, well, thanks, Kyle, for being on. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me.
Everybody, cheers, and we'll see you guys next week. Cheers, everybody. Cheers.